Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. North American stock futures back in positive territory once again this morning, coming off another positive week last week as we head into the busiest week in this quarterly earnings reporting season. All the big tech names coming this week. We'll talk about each of them coming up here. But as I mentioned, all three major U.S. indexes positive on the week last week, despite a bit of a pullback on Friday. The NASDAQ leading the way, up 4.19% last week for its best week since November, in fact, to the upside. Coming up this week, 13 Dow components, 111 S&P 500 components reporting earnings. So very busy on the earnings front, including Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Tesla, McDonald's, Honeywell, Caterpillar. The list goes on and on and on. Individually this morning, we'll have a look at theater operator AMC. Big move to the upside. A lot of stocks with high short interests making moves in the pre-market, including GameStop touching $100. BlackBerry back to the upside this morning as well. Palantir shares getting a bump as well, 6.5% to start the morning. We'll talk about Palantir coming up as well. It's Monday, January 25th, 2021. TraderTV.live starts now. Look at Asian markets from the overnight session. Bit of a mixed story here. You can see both Chinese markets significantly higher, 2.5% and 3.5% there. But the Nifty and India to the downside. Korea also with a nice day, 2% plus to the upside. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are shaping up. The opposite effect here. We have negative numbers, 1+% moves to the downside outside of the Swiss market there. Everything else very solidly in negative territory. We'll shift over one more time and have a look at North American futures. Yeah, a bit of a mixed story now. The Dow has gone red, 0.4%. The S&P still positive. Look at the NASDAQ, 1 full percent in positive territory. TSX futures here in Toronto, 0.5% to the downside. Brazil's open trading lower. Bitcoin, big move, 3.8% higher. We have crude oil and gold, both little changed to start the new week. Good morning, guys. It is Monday. What an exciting start to the morning. Here we go once again. We mentioned all these stocks with high short interest going crazy once again this morning. AMC, GameStop, even BlackBerry to the moon.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, the 100 break happened. Like, I feel like the show started and 100 was breaking on GameStop. GameStop is a different beast, at least fundamentally, in terms of what's going on. But this is absolutely incredible to see the volume that we're seeing. 5.5 million shares on GameStop. I mean, we're looking at some XPER doing like 35 million shares. And BlackBerry broke 20 before we even came on air here. AMC, oddly enough, this one's giving us the courtesy of waiting for another take of that $5 level. But for a week that it was supposed to be, well, and it still is, of course, the big tech earnings coming through. It is going to be high flyer time. We'll be talking all about them today. It is going to be an absolutely wild start to the week. There's no way around it. We were just saying there's too many things. There's so many things to look at that are doing high volume and that are making big moves to the upside. It's going to be an interesting and important thing to narrow some of these down. I'm trying not to talk too much football today, obviously, Sean, because that sucks.
Yeah, thank you, King Yu. Yeah, my mic is now fixed, and yeah. I mean, this GameStop is nuts. Brendan, you're long 95, right? We joked about that in the pre-market, and we're like, oh, let's just go long 95. And of course, neither one of us did. I don't think so anyways. And you're at 104 right now. And look at that. Look at the imbalance locator. It ain't slowing down. GameStop on here, of course. I actually don't. Oh, there it is. 738,000 shares to buy. So get ready to go if you're not ready already. 104 right now, guys. And breaking. Palantir, hell to the yeah about Palantir. Congratulations, anybody long that one. This is a game that we're happy to play. This is not going to be a short squeeze. We called this one a long time ago. We got demo day coming up. Adios, GameStop. I just can't stop watching it. I'll just keep talking and keep going on that 104.50. AMC. We did it again on AMC as well, guys. The cash cow keeps coming in. We bought calls last week. We talked about that live on the show. And then Neil brought up BlackBerry breaking through 20 as well. Look, I was trading all of these on Friday. It was one of my better weeks, of the year, I guess, obviously, and even of last year. Very profitable. Lots of stuff happening. This is a day trader's dream, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting. Those are some big numbers already on that imbalance locator. We'll have to keep an eye on that to see how things play out before we get to the open this morning. Let's start things off with a look at how traders here at Day Trade the World fared back on Friday. Nice numbers coming out of mostly North America, Europe there, number 2, but NASDAQ, New York, 34,000. You can see, Amsterdam, Brussels, Paris, 23,000. We got to go all the way down to number 8 before we get away from the 5-figure club. Hong Kong and Thailand producing $4,500 back on Friday. So nice numbers once again for traders here at Day Trade the World. Miss V is off. If you weren't with us on Friday, Valeria having a vacation this week, so she will be back with us next Monday. So if you're wondering where Valeria is, she's been in the chat already. That is not Valeria, that is Prad. Yes, not Valeria with no title in Valeria's seat today. Prad helping us out, sitting in for Valeria. So thank you, Prad, for your work this morning. Let's get going, guys, on what is moving around here in the pre-market. So much to talk about. I mean, we can start things off here with a little bit of Moderna news, possibly. I mean, we have Merck with vaccine news this morning. We have Moderna now coming out saying their 2-dose regimen for their Moderna COVID-19 vaccine at 100 milligrams is expected to be protective against these new emerging strains right across the board. There was some speculation that the one, especially in Africa, was not going to be affected by some of these vaccines. Merck, on the other hand, came out this morning and said they're giving up on their 2 vaccines. They had 2 in trial. Both had produced results that were insufficient. So polarizing results here, guys.
Yeah. I mean, to go back to sort of, I want to say normal news, but I mean, you're talking
the chat.
COVID news, which isn't really. Obviously, Moderna has been in this weird, it's not weird, it's actually been in this a nice uptrend since $100 here. Usually I'd be thinking about the fade play. It feels like a morning today where even selling news on like Moderna, it would be a dangerous thing to do. All that said, it is in the very, very nice upward trend in the last couple of weeks. And you look at this 130 level, certainly if it pulls back in there, there might be some room. At least the one trade I think that you might be able to have, which is probably, literally as I say, it's about to break the high. Last week's high, this 137. If this level had held at a 137, maybe it was going to be worth that opening retracement type of idea. But positive news again from Moderna. This is overall going to be, I think, more good than bad. The Merck canceling the trial, but I think the Moderna news probably overweighs that. We've been looking for good news when it comes to the recovery. Of the names that we've been talking about here, when it comes to GameStop and BlackBerry and AMC and some of these other high flyers, one of those 3 at least gets some possible at least tailwinds from good news when it comes to COVID and the vaccine. Of course, that would be AMC at least. You can say the same about GameStop, but the fundamental reason why it's up here is so vastly different at this point. So I take that news as a little bit of a good for AMC, yet it's the one sort of behaving itself in the pre-market right now.
Yeah, AMC's doing good. We're going to wait for that. Look, Moderna just broke that level there, 137. So I think that was the high. What was that, Thursday, I guess. So that 137 high, what's up with that? So we'll wait to see if that can stay and stick. It looks like it's just bouncing around right now. So that's a decent high there. And then on the daily chart, I mean, Moderna just looks, I mean, great little off the bottom there. We did talk about selling all of the news there with that stock, and I think that's been coming into play. Another one there, and it looks like it's bouncing now. Like, you can buy Moderna right now, guys, and just use this 125 as your out. I think you're going to be fine with that. So I do like Moderna for a buy now. We've been hating on it, and let's just check back on Pfizer because I've also been hating on Pfizer a little bit. There we go. Here's a change. Let's see. Yeah, so Pfizer's still not really having the same fate here. This again, congratulations, you released a successful vaccine. And then we come down to this side. So we are building a beautiful base here. If you're going to be taking some long-term positions in any portfolio, we actually talked about this a couple weeks ago into the 35, 36 area. I think this is a fine spot for Pfizer. So vaccine plays. Oh, but my number 1 vaccine play, we go over to J&J, Johnson & Johnson, who will report I'm going to say Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. Look what's happened with Johnson & Johnson. We talked about that, I think it was a couple Mondays ago. This Monday, guys, sign up right now because we're going to be having our Q&A with Arun coming. And someone asked me, I think it was a couple weeks ago, what I thought about J&J. And we were in this area and we were breaking out. And I said that if you're going to buy anything into a blue chip spot, you can buy J&J. So Johnson & Johnson right now breaking out. They have the one-shot wonder there. They're going to get that in everybody's arms, and that's going to be a big success. But coming up, guys, this is what what I was talking about. Right after the show, join us, 11:35. So we're going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to come right back. Members only. You'll get the link. It's $5 a month to become a member, and all you're doing is supporting our show. We're going to be doing this twice a month. Today, you see at the bottom with Arun. We're going to be throwing to Arun soon. He'll talk all about futures. You have any questions about levels or maybe what he's thinking in the next X amount of time, you can ask him that. You can ask Neil and I any questions. What hotkeys do we use? Why is GameStop going, parabolic? Why, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to give you the content there, but you know what to do. 8:30, it's 8:40 right now. We're about to get going on our watch list as well, but take a good look at us at 11:35. The Q&A has been really popular, Brendan.
Indeed, and very informative, guys. If you have any questions whatsoever, Sean just went through everything, but join us right after the show this morning for another members Q&A. Let's bring in Mark Roberts here, president of Sun Lake Strategies. We'll get his take on how things are shaping up on this Monday. Good morning, Mark. It is an exciting one to start things off, to say the least. I sat down here this morning and right away, said it's been a long time since I've seen this many stocks up this much, doing so much volume in the pre-market.
Yeah, literally nothing has changed in the macro sense in the last 48, 72 hours, and yet people are grabbing offerings like I've not seen in quite a while. The COVID-related stocks, that I can understand. You mentioned Pfizer. J&J is going to be a big winner in the next week or two. I love that stock quite a bit. But GME and BB, it's quite remarkable.
Yeah, it was interesting to sit down here this morning and hear that other channel talking about BlackBerry. It's been years since we've had so much excitement around BlackBerry. What do you attest this to? Obviously the news from Amazon out a month or two ago. Some decent combinations coming in the works for BlackBerry. Is this legitimate?
I would say it's legitimate, but like everything else, there's a short squeeze. There are non-believers, and all of a sudden people are running to pick up beta and returns as we end the month of January. This has been a tough trading month from the short side. And again, it's one of those periods where you can't fight the tape.
And maybe don't buy BlackBerry up, another 40% this morning. It might be a little bit extended. Real quick before we move on, I want to go back to the vaccine story, Mark, and get your take on this. Merck move, abandoning their attempts to come up with a vaccine. They had 2 in the works, both produced results that were insufficient in their minds, or I guess nowhere near what the other vaccines have produced to this point. So thoughts on Merck today?
Yeah, well, Merck was never really in the forefront. They wanted to play catch up. It's disturbing that they had unfortunate results, but they were never in the top 5. So if they had all of a sudden appeared, that would have been rather strange. So I take it as it's a tough play for them. They'll have to sort of cut back and relook what they're all about. My guess is you're going to see M&A activity in this space pretty soon because there's a lot of money out there. Stock prices have appreciated, and I think a lot of the big boys are going to want to play, but play by M&A.
Indeed. We'll see how things continue to proceed on the vaccine front. Very exciting morning. Lots of things to look at. Lots of things doing volume. From a defensive standpoint, how do we fight that urge to, participate in some of these things that have moved so much already?
Well, it's the same old story from a trading point of view. If you have $1,000, you buy a little bit, you wait for a pullback, you keep tight stops. You must stay disciplined when these stocks jump. Let's say GME from 60 something to 90 to 101. It's great if you're on the winning side, but I wouldn't stretch at every level for some stock. Wait for a little pullback and see what happens.
Mark Roberts, president of Sun Lake Strategies. Let's bring in Neil and Sean here and talk about some more symbols.
Good to see you, Mark. It's going to be very difficult for us on this show to not talk extensively about GameStop and BlackBerry and AMC that we're seeing today. So much of this is, people talk about Volkswagen and that short squeeze. So much of this does have to do with, sort of what's going on in the options market and the gamma squeeze, as I like to call it. Just out of sheer curiosity, because I've wanted to ask somebody this question, what do you think the end game is here? Is there an actual threat that options market makers would decide to stop making a market if these things keep happening? I don't necessarily not any area of expertise, but is this the type of thing that actually changes fundamentally the way the market works?
Well, in the 80s, I got caught in a similar situation when I was trading at Salomon Brothers. The market makers had a fast time in both directions. This is now pre-87 crash. And they made the spread bid to offer so wide that you couldn't trade them. So I think that's what happens first before they would decide not to make a market.
Right. So, I mean, and again, it's like every once in a while I try to always put you on the spot thinking, okay, come on, Mark can't have a story for this one too. And of course you do. We've been talking a little bit about some of the recovery here as well. And that's probably the only reason why I think I want to put AMC into a bit of a different bucket. Because at least, in difference with maybe BlackBerry, and I guess GameStop has a little bit of it, but at $100, it's a different story here. But AMC, with the positive of Moderna news, I mean, we are getting vaccine rollouts. Hopefully, people are anticipating that we are turning the corner here. So as much as there is that aspect of, okay, the shorts are in on something like an AMC, it had completely lagged like a Cinemark. It made a double bottom here at $2. Of course, there were some issues with them, but they just got financing again. It actually looks interesting on a break of 5 here. So, is there something that's a little bit? I don't know what the word I want to use here. Not juicier is not the word I want to use. It's more sound, potentially a better floor to this type of a move because you have even a longer time frame. If you get stuck holding this, well, maybe a year from now, this is a company which has actually saved itself.
Yeah, I've always been a believer in buying premium. Forget the short squeeze stocks for a minute. So we're talking airlines, we're talking cruise lines, we're talking movie theaters, we're talking the stadium set of stocks, if you will, where lots of people are next to each other. I still think we're a long way away from that. Outdoor venues, that's one thing. Movie theaters, I'm not so convinced. Right. Everybody's going to be walking around with a vaccine card at some point. You'll be checked. But the question is, will you be turned away at a venue because you don't have vaccines yet? So I don't know how that plays out. But from a comfort level, if you didn't know if either person on both sides of you had been vaccinated, would you be comfortable going into a closed setting? That's going to be the key.
Yeah, it is a big key. I mean, I know myself. Just get every single subscriber service out there. I mean, Disney Plus is fantastic. Netflix is unbelievable on every night. Amazon Prime, like it's just, people have that comfort of their homes as well. Mark, I'm feeling pain because my Bills lost. I know you're not necessarily the biggest fans, but how are things going on in that region? A few sad faces around there.
I was rooting for Mr. Brady only because I couldn't believe at his age he would win a chance to go to another Super Bowl. But outside of that, I've been sort of lukewarm on the season.
Fair enough, fair enough. I'm going to throw you to Sean, who might not be happy that you were cheering for Tom Brady. I won't even call him the GOAT because I still don't like him from when he used to beat up on Buffalo. I'll throw you to Sean. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, I can take the punishment here. I mean, obviously, I'm a Packers fan, but I guess if you're going to lose to somebody, why not be Tom Brady? I just don't like Tom Brady. I think he's a little arrogant. I don't know. When he wins, he's all about it. When he loses, he doesn't want to shake hands. It doesn't matter. Let's move on about that. Football is something. My brother's favorite team is Tampa Bay, so I can't argue with that. Mark, we've talked a couple times here about my favorite stock in the whole world that I've been recommending since I've known you, and I know you can't hate, or not that you hate on stocks, but who hates on Apple these days anyways? Apple coming out with a report, I think it's Wednesday night, could be Thursday night. And look at this, Mark. I mean, I call this up because it's a 20-minute chart. Like, you know, Apple's not a news story, unless I'm missing something, and this is what I want to talk to you about. Just back, Mark, in August, this is January 19th, so last Monday or Tuesday, we were at 127 on Apple. And then this started happening. And now today we're going to be opening up way above all-time highs at 143.06, previous all-time high 139. Obviously, we're breaking out like crazy right now on Apple. Give us some advice maybe here. And I know that I kind of know I think I know what you're going to say because of the relationship and how we trade, is that we try to get long off some of these cluster areas. Maybe we missed the boat 136 to 137, 139 here. I've been recommending this stock again to some people that I know, throwing some money around. Even last week, I said get long ahead of earnings. I put my money into Facebook ahead of earnings. I think big tech is rocking and rolling. What do we do? Do we just wait for a pullback here on Apple, or do we just put new money to work right now, hoping that, yeah, they do come out with a big number on Wednesday or Thursday?
It always seems to be that you buy in anticipation and you sell on news. I think I would wait on Apple until after the earnings.
All right.
And if for some reason something doesn't seem perfect, wait for that first, second, or third dip in there and buy some. I don't know any manager that didn't add to their Amazon or Google or Apple positions on this last pullback to the moving average. So
Right.
there are many believers out there. They're quietly there, but reaching for it, I'm not the type. I wait for that pullback. I'm sure you're going to get a pullback after the earnings.
Yeah, we noticed that last big tech earning. I think basically every single tech pulled back. I think it might be different because Netflix led the way this time. And I think that's what sort of sparked a lot of this. I mean, Netflix came out just a couple days ago and Apple was 130, and that's where you get this. But this is a daily chart. It doesn't look, I mean, as far as the stock is concerned, this is breaking out. And, you know, I absolutely love this. Give me a prediction here, Mark. We won't necessarily hold you to it too much until I speak to you next time, of course. But if you could put, if you thought there was one big tech that was going to go this week, like one of the names, they're all reporting. There's AMD, there's Microsoft, there's Amazon, there's Apple, there's Google. Which one for you is not necessarily the safest, but the one that we could see the most upside after the report? I'll give you mine after you give me yours. Microsoft. Okay, I love Microsoft. One of my largest holdings. What do you think about? I was going to say AMD because Intel.
AMD, I think should do fine too.
Let's look at a chart.
Let's see here.
Yeah, AMD is right here. This is why I have the daily chart up right now. If you want to show it to my screen, guys.
That $100 area gives it a little problem. That 88, 90 area gives it its support.
Yep.
You're right in that range. It's a great stock. On any weakness, I'd be a buyer.
Yeah, I actually have dreams of waking up again. I believe it's Wednesday night or Thursday. But if we breach this 100 on the report, I mean that's sort of the opportunity that I see is just we wake up and then those that wanted to that are short that wanted to squeeze out through that 100. That's sort of what I think. If we get above here without anyone having the opportunity to short it, then I think it's off. Kind of like what we see today with Apple. Mark Roberts, our good friend, thank you so much. Sun Lake Strategies, we'll find out more about you guys. And thank you so much, Mark Roberts. We'll throw it back to Brendan.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Indeed, going to be a busy one, Mark. We'll let you go at that. Going to be an interesting week, I feel. A lot of things to come, both Tuesday and Wednesday. Big names aftermarket as far as earnings. Best of luck this week. We'll speak again on Wednesday.
Excellent. Have a great day.
You as well. Let's jump into what is moving in the pre-market, guys. Take out the watch list. If you haven't done so already, you can sign up for the watch list. It's absolutely free to you. We send it out every single morning right to your inbox before we come on at 8:30. Number one on the list today. Yeah, let's talk about it. GameStop, guys, another 40, well, it's way more than that now. It was 40% when I sat down this morning, but way more than that right now. It was 220% on the month as of 7 o'clock this morning. So GME, guys, what do we do here?
Yeah,
Go short.
yeah, right.
Wow.
Well, actually, at some point, I mean, I don't know if it'll actually be today. I want to quickly, before we get into GameStop, just talk about EXPR for a very, very quick second. On volume, right around 8 o'clock, there was a break at this 357 to 360 level with a 330 support. They went all the way almost to $5. Came right back and bounced on a dime off this breakout level. So watch 330 to 357. I took a quick long off of this, worked it, sort of up to 3.9. I'm going to hold some to see if it goes any further. You had another name, it's on our watch list that's going crazy, 500,000 shares today. GameStop, everyone's comparing it to Volkswagen. This is not necessarily the same thing as Volkswagen structurally, but the effect is looking very, very similar in terms of a famous short squeeze. I looked again this morning, and I haven't checked recently, but the cost for Boros is still, it was like 4 cents a share.
Yep,
it was 2 cents a share on Friday. It was 1 cent the day before that. Typically speaking, before these things have that crazy final day, like Volkswagen type move when it's all over, and Volkswagen went to 1,000, and some of these other ones we've seen in the past, whether it's like dry ships or any of these really, really big short squeezes, you tend to see the cost of borrowing go parabolic first. In this case, because of the nature of what's going on with the option plays, the gamma squeeze, it's a little bit different here, but I'm still kind of waiting to come in and see that we have to pay like 30, 40, 50 cents a share for GameStop shorts, and then that'll be the day that I really, really like to short, oddly enough. It's a bit, I know that sounds a little weird, but yeah, it's almost like the more expensive it is, the more I'm gonna like it. Today, it just feels like it could squeeze again, and almost certainly would. We're probably going to get a shot at like a 105 break at some point today. I was looking, at least initially, it's kind of jokes to say now, that maybe you pull back and the gap here top to bottom is like 75. When I came in, you were trading at a 95 level. I was looking at a midway point in terms of a retracement if it does come back in, because if you looked at what happened last week, it did base itself out in the morning. Before holding a bottom and then breaking. So I was kind of thinking maybe the same thing would happen today. I'm not sure we even get a chance at an 85. Maybe we're just looking at 100 and 105 breaks, Sean.
Yeah, and I was just joking about going short, but like Neil said, I mean, this is just one of those names where you got to trade the price action, and if it starts to come down and the shorts have given up, then they've given up. This is just what it looks like on a 1 minute chart. I didn't go all the way back. Pratt here told me that it touched 136 at 4 a.m. when people woke up, and I don't know what was going on at that time, but since the sort of the real sizes come in, there's just some key levels. I mean, you just got to watch 100. I don't know. Apparently, they were writing options last week up to 115. We're not going to ignore it. I want to welcome everybody that's part of Wall Street Bets onto our show today. Hopefully, we'll be able to give you guys a live level 2 look here of GameStop as it's trading today. There's a couple other ones, AMC, Palantir, BlackBerry. We'll be on all of them, showing you guys levels, showing you guys when it's halting and everything like that. So welcome, bring everybody aboard here. The more names we can talk about as a group, hopefully the more we can all make money, whether or not you're an options trader, whether or not you're shorting, going long, whatever. We're here to educate. We're here to show you the good stuff. And this is what trading is all about. I'm super excited. Other than what happened for my Packers on the weekend, I'm pretty pumped up right now. We've got a lot of skating planned for the kids this week. It's going to be a nice week. It's going to be a good day. The end of January is here, and the end of GameStop shorts maybe is here as well, as it just went down to 94, popped right back up to 98. Buckle up, needless to say.
Going to be an exciting one, guys, and yes, it is on this board, on that side. I mean, it's not going to matter today, but obviously a couple of price target cuts on GameStop because, Salesforce here on the upgrade side, 2.25% there. Wells Fargo, pretty flat in the pre-market, but an upgrade. Regeneron and Cheesecake Factory on this side. 3D Systems, we've been talking about this one over the past couple of weeks on the downgrade side today. And Planet Fitness down 3% here. I know for a fact that the one in our neighborhood, guys, over on Yonge Street is still closed, guys.
You can't even go into restaurants right now, let alone sweaty gyms.
Yeah. One of the names on that list here, Sean, is I know we both are going to be interested in this, and it's not necessarily too late because we talked about the Salesforce Slack deal and how a lot of times you get too big of a sell-off, and the base has already been formed at 215. It's sort of already grinding back up towards this 230 level, previous lows at 229. So we're looking like we're about to break. If you wait for the actual breaker, you may be wanting it to hold above 230, like a 233. But it just caught the the upgrade. I think there's going to be a nice little trade here in CRM. Certainly, finally finding a bit of a bottom. It took a little bit longer than I expected, but either way, it's starting to look pretty good here, at least on Salesforce.
That's hilarious because that's exactly the stock that I had up here, and I've been buying Salesforce. I told you guys about that. This is one of my favorite stocks for a longer term spot. I was not in at all into Salesforce. I love Mark Benioff. I love everything that they're doing. This has been fantastic and a good opportunity. I'm in like 217, 218 here, just like Neil said, they're on that 220 break. So I've been posting some of those buys. I've been buying some Alibaba. Oh, I don't know what's going on right now, but I did, again, post up on Twitter. You can follow us all there. But I was buying IBM on Friday, right at this level here. And my thesis on this one is, that was a big move. They're restructuring. I think you could put IBM in their 5% dividend into a longer term spot. This is not going to be for fast money or anything like that, but I think you could start buying some IBM down here. So just similar to Salesforce, I think you have kind of a bottom right here, 114, 115. In all hell breaks loose, which, this is not all hell breaks loose, but we could see 105, in which case I would be down that 7 or 8%, protected by the dividend. So that's why I kind of like this IBM play to move at least back to VWAP 124. So I'm starting to nibble right now in my longer term account, what we call here in Canada, RRSP, and what you guys call, or I guess every country probably has something similar, but a 401k there as we say what's up to all of our friends up north who live in igloos, I guess. Is that where we live, Brendan?
Apparently, depending on who you ask, I guess. There's a little headline here on Facebook, guys. Just a heads up if you're watching Facebook. Instagram apparently announcing professional dashboard where creators and businesses can track, perform, access, and discover professional tools. So a little news regarding Instagram there. Let's bring in Arun and have a look at the overall market. We'll get a look at the futures, see what levels we need to be aware of when it comes to trading this morning. The market's kind of flat here, Arun, but I feel like there's been a lot happening already.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of, when you look at the actual absolute numbers, obviously it doesn't tell the whole story, right? Just because the NASDAQ's up 0.9% and the futures, the ES futures are almost just shy of 0.1%. It doesn't really tell the whole story. There has been a lot of movement. In the ES futures, we just came back from 30 to 37 within like 10 or 10, 12 minutes. That's a pretty big move for a pre-market where there's not a whole lot going on, right? So for now, what I'm looking at is there seems to be a little bit of downside pressure. I am going to lean on the short a little bit, but that's only for now. That might change very quickly depending on how we open. Again, I am looking at the short until we open. There's going to be a lot of activity around the open, and that will dictate what I do going forward. Now, with this short, I'm going to use 38.60 as a stop. And if we break 38.60, that's an easy extension break. So go long, then you find a new stop to work with on the extension. Now, if we go below 38.30, we're going to run into some issues around 38.25. At that point, if you can find a long, then you have the 3800 as the support. Again, I'm giving levels on the ES futures, the E-minis. Now you can do the same thing. You just got to find the price with the relative price, but you can do the same thing with the spiders if that's what you're trading, or you can do the same thing with the micro E-mini contracts if that's what you're trading. But again, there's different avenues, and why would you care about the futures? Because for the most part, they will dictate the direction that most stocks will drift in, the pressure that will be added. And you can also use it as a relative strength indicator too. If your stock that you're trading is not moving with the index, even though the index is going aggressively in one direction, that may be relatively strong or relatively weak, depending on how it goes. So yeah, paying attention to the index does matter. And that's why we come in here every morning and I give these levels. So for now, I'm looking at the short side, but that might change at the open. Keep in mind, this week is going to be big time earnings for a lot of big players in the tech index. So that's something to keep an eye on as well.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, Arun. We'll check back in again tomorrow morning as we head towards the open here. Reminder, guys, if you have any questions whatsoever regarding the futures market or trading the futures, Arun will be in with us on the Q&A coming up after the show. So if you haven't done so already, the 4 members Q&A, sign up for that and join us right after the show. Let's keep going here. AMC, the next one, another one with a high percent short on its float. Last I checked, it was around 24, I think. Percent. The company's CEO, Adam Aron, though, coming out this morning saying they've raised another $917 million in funding, and also said the term bankruptcy is no longer in his vocabulary, guys.
Yeah, we'll hit the chicken dinner winner. I mean, we've been calling this one since $2, and we actually finally made an options play on it like a week and a half ago, back down near $2. That $2 was such a great level there, and now they get funding, and now they're talking all about this, and then hopefully Wall Street Bets will get on this as well, if they're not already, up 38% today. Like, I'm in just such a good mood based on some of these stocks. Like, this is what I'm talking about, and I bought it, I think it was down here, 219, 220, something like that on AMC. Now you're up to 5. Like, I don't really know what to say other than we have a $5 top right here. That's probably going to get broken. If not now, then hopefully right at 9:30. I'm going to be going long through $5. If it happens, while the market's open, we'd like to take a little more shares than we will, obviously, if the market, if it's pre-9:30. So this has just been a fantastic run up. Congratulations to anybody that tagged along with that run. And yeah, these are the base down here. It broke through VWAP. Obviously, this is going to get squeezed, but there is a story behind it. Like we said, GameStop obviously being up, 10%. GameStop was $4 at its very low, and now you're up at 104. This is a different story for AMC. I think it's more fundamental. We know people will go back to the theaters, so we know that. And we'll just wait to see how long that takes. And now, if they're not going to consider bankruptcy, then we could get back up. There's some levels here. I just called this up here. I only put my charts back to like 7:30. I know that there's more action that happens before then, but really, I'm just concerned with some of the volume that comes in now. And we have a 460 bottom, so let's wait to see where that comes through. We had to pay for shorts on this one. It was a relatively cheap third of a cent. So we loaded up on some shares on this one. So we'll be playing shorts if it goes through 460, but I would much rather load up some longs. I'm going to get ready to go long right now through 5, but unfortunately, it won't be a big position. It'll be hopefully enough to make some money on, but it's not going to be huge. We're going to give it a squeeze up till 550 or so. Generally, some of these percentages go about that 10% or so. They figure out option levels, $5.50, $6, $6.50, so on and so forth. Check out where the most options are being written and bought on a stock like AMC.
I'm gonna be looking at a couple of deeper levels on AMC in the event that for some reason it doesn't do what I expect, which is go up today. 4 and 420 are going to be levels, and going back from early enough, there was consolidation and there was volume, and there's been volume on some of these stocks a little bit earlier in the session. So that's why I tend to go back a little bit further at times, as long as the stock is trading at that level in the pre-market. I'm also watching sort of right here, right now. If we hold this level, this is a very tight range. You're seeing a bigger range on this EXPR, on GameStop, on BlackBerry in the pre-market, whereas you have this tight 30-cent range, which AMC has been holding, like a 495 area at the top here, and that 460, which Sean mentioned. So there is going to be an opportunity for a play into 5 even, and even this current high of day at 527, sort of early. And maybe it's one of those where you can catch a 460 long, trade out of it into that 490, play another breakout at that price. But I'm watching that 495 to $5 range very closely as well, because if there's a chance, hopefully, that you've made a base after the open at 460, I might not even want to wait for $5 to get in. I might just like this 490 to 495 area for an entry point, and then you can think about adding at a $5 range. But you got to anticipate the squeeze at some point on this name, and certainly it has not really had that second move, which I've seen happen in BlackBerry and GameStop this pre-market. Maybe it happens at the open.
Someone said, shh, don't tell them about Nokia. Well, I can read, so we'll go and look at Nokia right now. 8% up, a nice little move happening here at Nokia. I just wrote it in our chat. We don't have it on our board. We'll find out what has happened. Nokia's always, guys, had a big, huge imbalance, so we can look at Nokia here. Still 700,000. Yeah, AMC is getting ramped, boys and girls, and so is BlackBerry, RLX. RLX, talk about cha-ching. That was a big win for us on Friday when we had that IPO. RLX, $34. I wish we still had that IPO. I think it came out at $23. You could have had that one. Oh yeah, and by the way, we need to find out when Roblox is, because I need to be here for that one. I'm going hella long on Roblox, Prad, even though you don't like it. But we'll see what's going on with Roblox soon, and we'll go on that. And then AMC today making moves. And then there's Nokia. I don't know, Brendan, if you see anything on Nokia up 8%, I think it's probably one of those similar things to a short squeeze today. Yeah, right there.
I don't know if there's a
Bro.
story here, but the daily looks pretty gorgeous through 425 where it broke at where it's been breaking.
Yeah, I think that might be one of the reasons why. And then you do get this top as well that it's looking at 460 right there as a top on Nokia. So, oh man, thanks for bringing it up. Look, we love you guys in the chat, but like now you're just adding to the confusion because there's so many stocks to trade. We haven't even got to Palantir yet, Brendo.
All right, there's a couple of things, guys. Dixon Technology, there's some news regarding new products in India. There's a couple of product launches that are going to come in Q1 and Q2, apparently. So I'm going to keep reading on Nokia, but there is definitely a couple of headlines regarding. And okay, let's go to BlackBerry. Yeah, the other one making moves here in the pre-market. There's no additional news. That's the important part for everyone to know. No additional news as of this morning. We know about the Amazon deal. We know about the Zoom deal. They have a deal with a little tiny company, a startup in Texas, to make a new handset. They sold some patents to Huawei when it comes to handsets as well. So here we go again, guys. Another one in positive territory.
Yes, sir.
I just went long. Go ahead, Neil. You can talk about it. I'm going to look.
Yeah, I mean, it just broke out, so 20 again, and this is not necessarily, again, the first time it's made a move. This is a very similar, I guess, level to that 495 we were just looking at, or $5, I guess, on AMC. We already have the high of day. You have it breaking to that level. There's an element of short squeeze going in this one, at least in the same regards to the starting of, I guess, GameStop, whatever you want to call that. The level I'd actually written down when I sat that one, when I was going through my preparation, was this 19. So if you do get a fail at this 20 even area, and I said it with GameStop, when it starts going, a lot of times there is profit taking at the open for people who have made money on this gap. It's 40%, and if that happens, 19 looks like an interesting level of support. It's already done it one time since that break at 20 even, and if we do get a sell, you got to start thinking about a place that you can pick it up. It's that reverse concept of fading in a short trade into a move up. Buying the dip, if that's the direction you anticipate here today. I think that 19 is going to stand out like a bit of a sore thumb. If we have not broken this pre-market high by about 10:30, 11, which seems rather unlikely to me, that is going to be a heck of a trade for lunchtime in the afternoon. If you get this thing taking a high in the afternoon and it somehow held itself down, those have been monstrous whenever they make those moves. Most of these stocks in the last couple of weeks.
All right, yeah, I'm looking at the same. I mean, very, very similar. I just went long now just because it's a small position. I just want to hold it through 20 to see if it breaks back down below 19, we're going to get out. The big thing about BlackBerry is we've seen stocks, and again, you're not going to see anywhere else someone show you this because they probably don't have access to it, but the imbalance locator will tend to actually spark stocks, and then they'll kind of fade off this, right? Because they know there's all these buys coming. So I do kind of expect BlackBerry to pull back a little bit, even though there's a big bid, and then let that settle itself out. Because again, the floor brokers know this bid is here. So maybe they're trying to get long here, 90, something like that, so that they can, bust this bid out and then probably break the high. I think it's a foolish game here if you don't take this high of 2050 or even something like this, 2010. I'm going to go long again, 2010, and then we'll go long again right there, 2060. This game is just getting started on BlackBerry. There's lots of catalysts to this, so we go long there. I did want to give a big thank you to Manny D. I saw that chat. I didn't get to it in time, but thank you, Manny D, for the money for the stock father there. We love Mark. And then what up to Aaron Williams there. Let's all have a great week. Let's have a great week. Let's start off right now with a fantastic day. So I want to say shout out to everybody that's joining us for the first time. Hopefully it's not your last time. And then I also wanted to do something again right now because look, I know Miss V's not here, but let's show some love. I mean, we have right now 10,000 watching, and we only have 1,000 likes. We've been breaking everything down for you so far today. We talked about all the stocks that we like. This board, this show is completely free. You can hit up the chat. I know the chat's been going really well. We're not asking for any cash, man. I'm just asking for the likes. If you can get that going, let's see 2,000 here before the show starts. Would be fantastic. If you haven't turned... Wow, there we go. Thank you so much for that one. We'll hit a cowbell there because now we're at 1.8K. That's 800 in about 15 seconds there. Prad, they're loving you, baby. Let's go. 2.1K. Thank you so much for all of that love, guys. The more free likes you give us, the more your accounts will go up. I can't promise that, but there it is. That's a quick triple there in our likes in about 30 seconds. Thank you so much. Big time. Smash that like. Let's go GameStop. Let's go BlackBerry. Let's go.
The Pratt effect in full effect here. Big tech stocks, guys, next on the list. We mentioned with Mark a lot of these reporting this week. So it's all about earnings coming up this week for pick one of them. Yeah, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, Netflix, Google. Guys, which one do we like here?
All of them? Well, Netflix is a little bit different because it's not necessarily a FANG name, but that's the one I'll go with because they've already reported. My daily chart just froze on me there again. But Netflix here, interesting 560 to 565 bottom that it put in. Obviously, we all saw the gap up, and we know what happened on earnings, an absolute blowout. It has not made a move so far. But just because its earnings have come and gone doesn't mean this is the one that we should ignore this week. I think that would be a bit of a mistake. If we can hold this level at the open, I'm looking up, I already had this one sort of written down for like a 570 area type of a breakout on a Netflix. It also corresponds with a bit of a bottom that it put in on the way back in before that was broken in the afternoon on Friday. But the key thing is, as long as we're holding this 560 to 565 area Netflix, yeah, certainly it's got room to run. It never really saw that 600 number. So let's not sleep on Netflix this week. I know all the exciting names have earnings this week, and that'll be a big-time catalyst. But as we said, as even Mark said with AMC, will people go back to the theaters? I don't know. But I know I don't even check to see how much they're charging me over at Netflix. I just sort of pay the bill and move on. And I feel like now that they're cash flow positive, not needing debt, it's just they're in a great spot right now, and it's almost a play in both sides of the coin, right? So if things get worse when it comes to a vaccine rollout, certainly that'll benefit Netflix, and overall they're in a great spot long term either way. So I like that play, even though it's a bit of a safety net, and you got this 565 support. Why not take advantage of it?
Yeah, we should be taking advantage of everything. And I just want to give a big shout out again, guys. 3.5K likes. Wow. We go from 10% to 35% and growing. Thank you so much for all that love. It's actually like overwhelming and humbling. That is for sure. We've averaged into our BlackBerry a little bit here. Again, we're gonna wait to see what it does at 19. It's not going to be a make or break position for us. And again, just because you hit that like button, we are coming back, guys, with a Q&A. This isn't Ask Us Anything. We do this again for free for our members. You can be a member for $5 a month. You can turn your little emojis there. You get free different emojis you can put on the chat there. But there it is right there, coming up at 11:35. And if you think that you've had fun right now, I mean, hopefully we can answer some good questions about some of these stocks that are moving like crazy there come that. But we only have 14 minutes to go right now, Brendan. Let's go over some more names.
Yeah, a few more to get through here. AMD, one of them, guys. We had RBC with an upgrade and price target increase on AMD, joining a long list from last week of analysts making moves to the upside. Price target 105 versus 100, what it was before. Talking about this quarter coming, earnings should be an absolute blowout for AMD. Sean, you like this one?
Oh, yeah, we like it. We like it a lot. We're long at 50. We're long at 75 again. And then here we go. I was a little disappointed on its reactions here on Intel earnings. I actually thought that the Intel earnings sort of showed that there was strength in the PC side of things. And if that's going to be the case, and Intel projects higher revenues, they just made record revenues. Intel did off their numbers. So, AMD is better than Intel. So I love this name. My call for 2021 was SMH, and you've seen the way that's reacted as well. You've seen Taiwan Semis go crazy. I mean, again, AMD's been a little bit difficult to trade off the open because it's made some crazier moves. And I remember someone said on Friday, like, why was Sean celebrating the long? And it's because, like, we had the long early off this early break, and this is what I mean. This happens right at 9:39, 94.50 breaks. We run it all the way up. We literally, I mean, it's embarrassing, but I always get out ahead of the dollars. So we actually had some of these outs upside for $1.50, $1.20, things like that. My audio's off? No, okay. All the way to the downside, and then we were celebrating our wins, and someone goes, bro, it's down now, but we already cashed out. So we're going to wait to see if AMD does this very similar thing. Remember, it was 94.50, so you have that same price again, 94.40. But watch out here. NASDAQ still up that 1%. The ES only up 0.12. So I like AMD. I like it for a long. It just has to break this high. If it doesn't, look out for this 92.50 area downside.
All right, guys, we'll continue along here and working through the watch list. If you're just joining us, welcome. Big number this morning. Lots of excitement heading towards the open here. We're going to talk about Palantir Technologies. No additional news this morning. We already knew about Demo Day coming tomorrow. Aftermarket, they're going to debut a whole bunch of new products. They're going to demo some of their current products to the public for the first time. So PLTR getting a nice bump here as well, guys.
Yeah, I think one of the things, and you can look at this from a couple of ways here, because last week was talking about a bit of a swing notion. Of course, if you're deep in the money in this, it's going to be a different story. But we're talking about 2660 as an area for a swing. That's where it's broken out. For that type of a trade, if that's how you wanted to treat it, it would make some sense to me to take some off today or tomorrow. Maybe even just waiting for your spot within the next 2 days, going into that demo day. In the event that you are selling off the news, it's giving you that nice little 25% return, depending on where you're able to get out. On the other end of the coin, there is of course trading it today, and Sean will talk about the long-term aspect of it. I almost feel like it's pulling back off of this a little bit early because everyone wants to throw some money at the things which are going high flyer today. And that might be an opportunity in a Palantir. I was looking at previous close. Palantir's been good for some dip trades on a day trading standpoint. So 3250 is the first one that's going to stand out to me. If you do look back, at least into the afternoon, if it gets any crazier, which is possible because of the event tomorrow, that 31 also looks like something of a bit of a pullback area on Palantir, just simply because it was resistance at 2 o'clock and then a bit of a dip into that 31 area, and it held. So 31, 3250 are the pullbacks that I like on Palantir. I'm likely to prefer buying dips and consolidations as a day trade as opposed to either shorting it or playing a breakout, at least today and tomorrow anyways.
So we have, we're putting some bids out right now, a downside here on Palantir. I'm just going to watch out for this 33. If 33 breaks, then we probably will get out of Palantir. Here's a 20-minute chart right now up to this morning. I tweeted out this morning early, what a great morning to wake up to when you look at your portfolio and you see all these stocks going crazy. But they have pulled back a little bit. Like Neil said, there's going to be some profit taking into this area here. I think initially we'll try to defend 33 here, but ultimately it has to be somewhere around here, 32. 31.75, like a 32 break. If you're going to get long, I know Neil just talked about some of these levels, but again, it's going to be a stock that's well traded today. So watch out for 32, 32.50. Fantastic. I do have bids though to go all the way in. So we'll bid it out. We'll get some 50s. I got a bid at 50 here. See if that happens. That's 30 cents lower. Then we'll take some 33 change downside at the bottom, and then we'll see if anything happens around that 32, 32.50 level. If it gets to there, for an upside trade, I like to see momentum. We saw Palantir, and I was trading it on the afternoon on Thursday, Friday, and look at this move, man. As soon as it broke 30, it didn't stop, straight to 33. So we know there's lots of momentum in Palantir. Don't feel bad if you miss the very first trade. I know I won't. We average into BlackBerry right now. We're still watching GameStop.
Yeah, that was impressive back on Friday for Palantir, all the way into the close. It was bought up. Let's talk about Roku, guys. This is a stock that, when it's a very, very busy day and there's a lot of things moving, at the end of the session, we always look back and we say, oh my God, Roku was up 10% today. And we typically didn't talk about it. But here we go, 2.5% this morning to the upside. Bank of America out with an upgrade price target increase on Roku, talking about increased demand still because of the pandemic and their recent expansion into a couple of new markets for them.
This is very similar to Netflix, like the whole don't sleep on it type of notion. Maybe even a stronger chart. Not maybe, actually probably is. And Roku, we do miss this trade often, and I usually say the same reason because this is one I don't want in the pre-market. I actually want to see the opening range be made here. You look at a pre-market breakout, there's nothing obvious about this like 434 level, except if we do get this move here and we sustain it through like a 440, there's almost no way that it doesn't test that 450 top. Normally, in some circumstances, I'd be thinking if stock fails at 445, 450, starts rolling over, let's short it. Nah, I don't want to be doing that with the Roku today. I'm really just hoping there's an opportunity for this breakout after the open on a Roku. There's going to be too many things to look at for me to have Roku at 9:30 when I expect to be getting involved in XPER, EXPR. I expect to be getting involved in BlackBerry on the dip. I expect to be getting involved in GameStop at some point. So I don't necessarily want to have a Roku with which I have a $2 spread at times or dollar spread right at 9:30. Been watching a 434 to 435 breakout. With any luck, you can get that later on in the session. Won't short a 450 if I see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch over to Microsoft here. We talked about that a little bit. I like this top right here, 230. That could be an area. Microsoft coming with reports this week as well. So it's going to be a crazy week. 229.80 was sort of the top there. And this is going to be a trade, hopefully, that we can make, like Neil said, a little later on, maybe 10 o'clock if it can get here. If it shoots up there off the open, then no surprise either. But Apple is still high. Unfortunately, we have these dark pool wicks, but Apple's still looking to take out that 143.20. That's the day high as well. So, I mean, lots of stuff to look at here, especially in the tech sector. Apple, Microsoft, we can check out Facebook as well here. Wow, 278. We bought, I mean, not wow, it's not up as much as the other ones, but we did buy some of this yesterday on, I think it was Thursday or Friday, 272, 273. So a nice little move in here. It's going to be an exciting day, and we only have 5 minutes to go. So we got to get our keys locked and loaded, and we got to get ready. I did want to.
Can I throw one more in? Just
sure.
I only want to mention this name because we're going to be talking about short squeezes, so it's impossible not to talk about something like a GoGo, which has a high short interest as well, and then on the chart has this typical consolidation. Again, if I see something with I think it was like a 40-something% short interest, maybe I'll have Brendan double check that, but it's high enough to catch our attention. It's a $13 break. It already did a fail once. You're seeing a tight consolidation here. You are seeing a potential break. It's only up 8% today. It hasn't done volume yet. But this is another one of those. It's going to be on my radar this week, at least in and around this like 13 area. I may even pick some shares up after the open if it hasn't done anything, just because the risk reward on these is going to start to get out of hand, especially if the volume starts to kick in.
Okay, we only have 4.5 minutes, but I just want to say thank you to Alex again. You've been super kind, and everybody today. Thank you, everybody, for the super chat so far. I'd say keep them coming, but let's see how trading goes, and thank you again for everything. Yeah, we see all this, man. PLTR, we're ready to rock and roll with all these names. I hope we've covered them in good depth for you. Some of those names. Brendan's got a few others right now.
Yeah, one that requires a little caution, I fear, today. EXPR, guys. 124% this Express. Got a huge ramp back on Friday. There was a tweet out from someone who has been accredited as a Goldman Sachs analyst, but then Goldman Sachs came out and said, this person has never worked for the company. Check out the watch list. The story is on there. We're right at 4 right now. It's looking like it might want to break back above 4 and start to hold. So another one that could get going to the upside in a hurry here, guys. EXPR.
Another one.
Yeah, and we'll yeehaw that one. And for two reasons. One, because we talked about that pullback area very, very quickly when we started going over names on the list. I want to make sure you guys saw that 357 to 330 area, which was consolidation in the pre-market. It actually dipped. I got out of the trade, just scalp trade in front of $4, and then so like a 360. It's a 369 move all the way to about like 394, so 25 pennies on the top end of it. It did bounce, but not quite where I liked it at that 368. I would have liked to see this around that 360, but I'm not going to be shorting this one yet. I mean, there might be a point during the day where it makes sense to me, but it's looking entirely too strong here. I got away with it once in the pre-market on this lower high. Yes, I literally got in and out. Iceberg order in the bid, I got out for a 2-cent win on a short trade, and literally a minute later, it started to move, which was a $1.40, $1.50 type move. So by the skin of the teeth, there, AXPR is looking like a big-time runner. A Canadian pharmaceutical company, I'm going to look it on the NASDAQ. It's on our watch list here, AUPH. I think they're BC Biotech, a firm you're going to see here. They got a FDA approval, and this is it's going to be a good stock in terms of a day trade. Today I do believe, but anytime I see this really range bound, 20 level here again in the NASDAQ, 1, 2, 3, 4 times it's bounced off $20. So my initial thought is, okay, these ones that make a little bit more sense are likely to get sold and then do have that typical profit-taking notion happen to them. But this one I'm actually expecting to pop into like a 21.50 to 22, just based off what I've seen happen at 20 even. I'm going to have an order for the breakdown trade, but I like the fade into 21.50 to 22 much better than I like the breakdown trade at 20 even, given how many times and on volume it's bounced. It's done 6 million shares, and this is what the level 2 looks like. So it's not as if there's a lot of bid ask. despite the volume that it's doing. That's one of the reasons I'm going to stay away from taking any kind of a crazy position on that breakdown of 20. But I see a level like this, and it's going to be impossible to not take it at all. So I will have a stop for a 20 retracement. It was a $15 stock before. I'd rather fade into that 21.50 area though.
All right, so we're getting some more blackberries down here. This is where we sort of thought we could anyways. We're going to watch for 19, then we're going to watch for like 18.50 down here to see about it. I'm actually bidding some 52s right now. It's bouncing off 53. That's funny. Oh, we just got the 52s. Okay, a minute and a half to go, guys. Quick look on the NASDAQ imbalance. We always talk about this. CTRM, SQQ, the reversal stitch fix on there. Nothing of interest really for me on that one. We'll check out the big boys here. AMC pairing off, so we'll find out about that now. I told you that was going to happen. Big bid means big sell into the open. Same thing happened with BlackBerry. We'll watch Nokia. NEO, the stock that we haven't talked about, there's your EXPR as well. NEO will watch out for a fade. It's going to be a great morning. We've loaded up now, not loaded up, but we do have a nice little spot here on BlackBerry off of a beautiful 50 bid there. So now we're up to 69 and almost. We're back into the money now. Long BlackBerry, 1967. So we're printing 68, 69s. Let's see what happens at 20, guys. It's going to be a big morning. Only 30 seconds to go. No idea who's ringing the bell, but I see Prad getting ready to run over there. I don't know if he's doing it or not, but we're going to get ready to go.
Moves. But 30 seconds to go here. GameStop bounced off like a 93, 94 area for a second time. If it takes out the top, I just got to take a shot at it. It's going to be like a 105 break. But no Miss V, but her Padawan Prad is going to be on the bell. So let's lower it for him on what I think is going to be a crazy Monday and a crazy week. We have lots of earnings to get to later on in the week. But today, got to trade some of these high flyer, short squeeze type names. Let's get this party started in 3, 2, and 1. Ring that bell. Don't have to lower it.
Brad, you look really jacked up there, Brad. Good job. Okay, let's just keep on going now. So BlackBerry now coming to the downside. We've got to let it settle down. I don't know if that print went off yet. I don't see it. So wait now, here it comes right back to the downside. So we're waiting to go long here on, okay, wow. Well, they're really, really hitting BlackBerry here.
Oh, wow.
I don't even think it's open yet, Neil. And,
I don't think it is either. I mean, I already got this bid into that 19 area because that's where I was looking to take it. I didn't throw a stop because there was a dip into 1875 in the pre-market, and now it makes a bit of a run to the upside here.
Yeah, we were just huge there. We weren't able to get too many out, but
right?
Yeah, we have 1917s. Now it's open, so let's see how high this one wants to fly. Our day is going to be done here in about a couple seconds if it does want to keep going upside, but we'll wait on that one. We are also in on an AMD break of 94.54 right here.
There we go. There's BlackBerry into like 1960. I just started taking shares on the north side of that 1950 area. GameStop is not open from what I can see, trading at 97 even, but BlackBerry is going crazy, and EXPR, now that BlackBerry is starting to look a little bit more normal, EXPR heading towards that 360 area that I talked about, guys. That's going to be a big one.
Okay, daily goal met already. BlackBerry, look at these buys. Bang, 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 bang. Thank you very much. Let's go to the upside now on BlackBerry as we start getting them out in the 60s, man. Day goal met. Day goal number 1 met. Okay, AMD also 94.50 out. Look at these double outs right here. Let's see how high it wants to go. AMD, you're my call. So let's keep going, man, to the high side right now. We got to check back. Nice. Keep staying high, BlackBerry. And let's check out on AMC, see what that's doing. We also do want to check in on GameStop. AMC going the other way right now, so we don't have any shares. We're going to wait for a pop on this one, guys.
Yeah, and oh man, bit of a keystroke there. I got out of everything and long on AUPH there. It broke that 20. I said I didn't like it quite as much. So I got the 1995 short, but my default was set for more than the short because I want to take more shares higher. Anyways, it's going to only be a 50-cent win, and this stock is of course gone. I can't get too mad though because thankfully BlackBerry dip is still looking okay. It's in this consolidation range though from the pre-market. So let's hold through a 1980 break. Let's see about holding through a 20 even break as well because the top does loom. And GameStop, is GameStop not open still?
I'm not even looking at that one right yet, but right now we do have BlackBerry. We're getting some out, but here it comes back to the downside. So we just don't want to. We want to make sure that we do capture some profits here on some of these names as I've lost my summary. There it is. Okay, AMD, a nice little 30-cent win as well. That keeps on moving to the upside. There we go, taking some out. A beautiful little win there on AMD, and we take out the big stick there and hit that. 94.50 up to 94.90 there. So nicely out there. BlackBerry now coming back down. Maybe a better opportunity to buy some more down at 90. 19 and change. Still resisting that. We've cashed out a lot of this one. Like I said, it is a day maker, but again, if it keeps tanking, then we'll lose what we made already.
It's just one of those situations where I actually want to see how, if it holds this 75 again, I want to add to the position, but I want to see it test that 75 before I get too frisky with it, because if it breaks that, you're looking at an 18 level that's interesting to me. I do want to, if I can, I want to go over to AMC, because I know Sean was just talking about this one.
Oh, we missed
on the move. Okay, so it just made the chart taking too long to load. Talked about that 4 to 425 level. It's 430, so that's why I missed it. I wanted 425 to 4 as the bottom pick range. It bounced off of this level. If it comes down again, maybe we'll take a shot in front of that 425. But looking pretty interesting over here as well in AMC. And of course, Miss Blackberry goes once again.
Yeah, but I'm hitting that thing because we're making a hell of a lot of money in our own account. I don't know why I don't have Palantir. Like, I wrote down Palantir. I did everything, but I don't have it. Why do I not have Palantir? I'm embarrassed. We should have had this 35.25. Oh, well, it'd only be in the money $2. Rewind the tape. We talked all about this one. Doing too many things right now. We missed Palantir, damn it. But congratulations to anybody who's riding this one, man. You guys know where we're long on Palantir. Hallelujah, as that continues to go.
Here comes GameStop. Pre-market low is 87.70 to the downside, and it's about to halt right in front of it. So it's looking like it's going to halt at 87.80. This is basically the pre-market low. If it cannot pop from here, you're getting an instant halt on GameStop. Crazy, Brendan.
Yeah, there it is right there. Another one, guys, here, Moderna moving. We talked about the news coming out just before 9 o'clock there. Moderna to the upside, 7.5%. Big volume at the open. Also, both Palantir and Apple, guys, all-time highs.
Yeah. I mean, Apple, I guess that was a missed opportunity there for sure. BlackBerry just gets, whoops.
It just broke that 75, so I just got the last of mine out, and I'm looking towards 1780 pre-market lows as well for the next play there. But GameStop halt downside, that's one to watch.
Yeah, I was going to mention the same thing there about BlackBerry, but I did take shares again. So let's just see if it can hold this high side. We don't want to get too caught going long and then praying for something to happen here. But we do retake that long at 164. At 1864 and just cash them out there 79s, 80s. So let's just wait to see how high it wants to go. We still have that 50-cent winner also in AMC, and then GME still falling, right, Neil?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's still falling. We've got a volatility halt, and again, I'm gonna assume it's a volatility halt. I can't think of anything else. The next level on this EXPR, which I'm watching, it's actually still trading. 330, of course, was the bottom end of that range that I had talked about, 330 to 360. It just bounced off that now. If it doesn't hold 330, this one could be an interesting short. But BlackBerry, I mean, 1780, I thought I could calm down and think that it wouldn't be there, but we're getting rather close to that pre-market low already.
Yeah, I just got stopped out of that little spot as well. So we're still fine. We tried it. We had some big trades here on BlackBerry, but now it's falling to the downside. So we're not going to, like we say, look a gift horse in the mouth right now. We're going to take at least 50, 60 cents here on AMD. Now we go pretty light on AMD. We can reverse. And now look, holy
Nikes?
Yeah, because Palantir, guys, a PLTR. Hold on a second, guys. I got to put this over to New York. It is just ripping faces off right now. Up to $38, $39, $40. Let's wait to see what Palantir does. This was a call that I had. I've had dreams about this stock, and today they come true. We're long sub 10 on this one, guys. What up, B?
Wow, what a move for Palantir extending, guys. JD.com, another one on volume here, popping up this morning. Big move in the pre-market to 99.5. We're all the way up to 101.5. I just checked. Earnings not until March for JD.com, guys.
Yeah, definitely. And just to go over a CRM, I don't think it's going to be anything crazy, but I didn't want to. There's a couple of stocks I don't want to get too far away from. It's pulling back into this like 230 area or 229 area. 230 is still there for that potential break. And of course, we talked about Roku as well. This is going to be another one. It has made a bit of a push up, but it is retracing on that right now. So it's still looking at least a little bit reasonable around that 434. I want to file that one away. If this is not gone and we're still below 435 after the opening range here, like, call it like 10 o'clock or so, that could be a good jump off. But GameStop is 2 minutes away from opening up. Netflix is on the downside, so we don't have to rush into that one. But Palantir just, here comes 40.
Yeah, I'd say I'm surprised, but I'm not. I mean, we've made this call a hell of a long time ago, and congratulations again to anybody that's been rocking with us on Palantir. You guys are the man, and you know, you guys got to hit the keys. So congratulations to anybody. But we're hitting keys right now on AMC. Good little long here on AMC. We've got this trade as well. Our day has been a good one, needless to say. Here as AMC just continues to go, we're long now at 460 off that little break. So I don't mind that spot, but again, obviously always better spots, including this bottom here. But let's see if AMC can get going now. A little bit nervous about this just because some of the names have pulled back, like a BlackBerry, like a GameStop. So this is just one of those other stocks that tend to be going parabolic here. So we got to watch out. But we're just out there 70s, 75s and whatnot. We took a decent position. So worth a scalp, in my opinion here, guys.
Yeah, and just that slow-moving go-go actually looking like it might go. And if these other names sell off as BlackBerry gets back above 19 finally, I kind of like this one if we're about like 1350. So keep that one on the back pocket. I'm going to get to BNGO at some point, but I got to go back to this AUPH. Not to bungle that name. It's still holding lower. This is the pre-market bottom here, this 1950 area, at least in terms of consolidation. It's holding below this price. This one could continue to fade off. Last name on a watch list here. So watch below 1950, it's still short. If it breaks back above here, you have all kinds of resistance at 91.25. I'm locked and loaded to see what happens here on GameStop. If it does continue to crash lower, I'll probably stay away. But if it bounces off pre-market lows, it might be worth like a quick little long, just in case these guys buy it up.
All right, we're just locking and loading a little bit more BlackBerries here. So we got it. Okay, right now, AMC still making moves to the high side, so we got to get some out. What's up, Beep?
Another one to look at, guys. Don't sleep on some of these EV makers. XPEV just popping up on a volume scanner 2 times there, 58.5, all the way up to 60. We just touched at the top end there. Almost 6% for XPEV today.
Yeah, I can't believe we're missing some of those Neos and whatnot. But look, I told you that we'd be trading these hot stocks, and we are. The only one I'm embarrassed about is Palantir because that's my baby, and we did miss that one, so I apologize for that. But right now, 50-cent winner on AMD. We've talked about that. We had the lowest print of the day. It's been fantastic on that. We're almost out. We're reloaded on BlackBerry, so that's been a great stock for us today. We reload again at 19, and now it rips upside. Unfortunately, we had to get out right there. That was bad, but we take it again, and I just wish we still would have had that one. Then we'd be doing literal black flips up on here. And then AMC does stop at the high, but like I just mentioned, we just took more and more out. AMC could be the one that lags a little bit today, although we're still up a whopping 32%. The squeeze is on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whopping is definitely the number. EXPR is still up 89%, but it's certainly looking like it's consolidating to fall off. 330 to 360 was that range. Now that we're holding consolidation down here, I'm going to short into this. If we break 330, I'll add to it. I just got 41s. That 360 is going to be an obvious sort of stop area, but I want to build a position in the consolidation that hopefully I can add to on a break, and of course that means it just wants to break right now. So we just got a few more shares there. I would have liked to just go sideways a little bit here before I did get more shares. But either way, if we hold 360, I'm going to like this one for a bigger retracement play. Still waiting on, maybe it's a 10-minute halt on GameStop, or it's not the reason I think. Definitely worth looking at.
Due to volatility, it says.
It says volatility, so it could be a 10-minute volatility halt. We've seen those happen in the past. I want to thank everybody that brought Nokia to our attention. There we go. It was simply too much to look at this morning to have caught this, but I mean, we immediately saw it at 425 and it looked like a great breakout on the chart. It breaks this 455 right at 930, almost to $5. If this wants to give you like a 70 to 75 hold, might have another leg to it here, but that EXPR, 332 was my price. It really should be like a 340 or something like that, but beggars cannot be choosers. Hopefully this slides back into 3 even. We get another win here. So far, so good this morning. Let's get a GameStop reopened. Maybe that one could be good too. Brennan.
So much volume this morning right across the board. This one just popped up as well. Rocket, guys, 2.25%. We just took out that pre-market high, 20.5 on a big volume spike for Rocket.
Yes, okay, good. Yeah, we're liking that one. We're long Rocket. That one's been a tough go, so we're going to wait to see how Rocket. I think that could be one of the next ones that squeezes, but not to the same extent. I just think that it's a little undervalued. That's Rocket. Okay, BlackBerry, still, we pick up some more 19s downside, so let's just dump them. Like we just picked up some 1896s there on that move, so let's dump some out again and just take it to the high side. We'll just keep on milking this back and forth and around again on BlackBerry. Just keep getting out piece by piece by piece here on this name as we just keep like buying these dips, man, on BlackBerry. It's been working out pretty damn good, if I don't say so myself, on some of these plays. And then AMD, like I said, we're on that last 5% or 10%, sorry, or so left.
chance.
Let's drop that if it breaks 94.80. But hey, man, we're still high side on everything, and we're loving life right now. AMD big, BlackBerry big, AMC's been big for us today, and we wait for GameStop and Palantir. I'm embarrassed that we don't have that one, but hey, we talked about it in the pre-market. I threw my board there, but there's Palantir. Like, we wanted to hit that 35.80 at that bottom, and we missed it, but there goes Palantir anyways, off to the races. And then AMC pulling back, guys.
Yeah, and GameStop opens up. It holds the low here, so like that 80, and check that. I might have said 87.80. No, it was BlackBerry, it was the 780. But it's this 86.80 area on GameStop is the pre-market bottom. It's held it, no break, so I'm not going to short this stock. I did just get out of some EXPR for a 10-cent scalp on that 332 short. But if GameStop is going to break to the upside of 95, I'm going to look for a 95 break. That's the halt reopen top. So nothing, well, it's also 95, which is psychological level, but if I can play it to the long side on a break, it's a 95 I will use. Watch out for that bottom. Brennan?
Big mover as well. CCIV, guys, we mentioned this last week. Churchill Capital on the watch list this morning as well. This is a $3 move off the open, 27 to 24. We're right back to 27 again for this Churchill Capital. Still no news regarding Lucid Motors, guys.
Yeah, okay. So I mean, we keep getting messaged here, guys. Follow us on Twitter everywhere because today's been a big monster day for us as we go, man. We got BlackBerry on board here and we've got AMC, and so we're just waiting. I was trying to do some more work on AMC here. I don't know. It just seems like it should have gone a little bit already, and I feel like it didn't. So now we're just getting light on it. We put the money in our pocket, and we're going to run away a little bit here on AMC. Check back on Microsoft. Although, I mean, if we could take out, like, I still have an order to go here if we take out 490 on AMC, so we don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll wait to see. NASDAQ time, Microsoft. Yuck. Really glad we haven't traded this today. Is this even for real? Like, is this even a chart? Up to 229.75. We still got to wait for that to break. If that does break, then we're going to go. So we're going to wait for 230, but 229.75 on a break, although we're all the way down here now. So that's still got ways to go. That's Microsoft. And BlackBerry now comes all the way back down. Let's dump the rest of these just to make sure we're profitable. What up, Beep?
Jumaya, guys, again today, there's been ties in the past to the EV space on this one. JMIA, all-time highs Friday. That means this, once again, all-time highs, 5% for JMIA.
First shot since the pre-market, swing and a miss on GameStop. I had some pre-market trades. I was playing off of some icebergs. I can talk about that a little bit later. But 95 breaks. I did have a chance to get a $2 winner. I'm not playing for a $2 move on GameStop. Not when you're taking the long side. This doesn't make any sense to me. It breaks immediately. This, like, what I thought might have been a support level at 93. It does not dip all the way to 88. Forget about that wick. It's a bit of a dark pool. So let's see what happens at that pre-market low. I do still have on EXPR, and I'm watching BlackBerry if it can hold this 19. That looks pretty interesting, but it just keeps teetering back to the downside. Both BlackBerry and GameStop showing some signs of weakness here today. I want to, if I can, I'm going to go back to that go because I'm actually going to take a position in this stock finally. I should have had it at 1350. I talked about this one and wanted to see if it could break to the upside, but I'm going to start building into something around that 1375 and just use that 1340 to 1350 as an out.
Okay, yeah, so we got out of our BlackBerry there as it does come back down, and we just got out. So that's why we take these profits, and we talk about risk management. We released a video on risk management, actually, and it doesn't get much cleaner than this one. Brendan's got a lot today. What up, Beep?
Takata, a little pharmaceutical if you're into those type of things. TAK in New York, 2.25%. They signed a licensing agreement with a company in Japan for gene therapy that they're working on. So a big pop here this morning for TAK.
Here goes the further retracement play. We'll do a bit of a backflip for EXPR, sort of going back to the normal well of fading some of these moves. It breaks. We played off of this 330 to 360 to the long side when it looked strong. When it broke that level, we played the consolidation lower for a short trade. I just got some out at 316. And then a little bit more. It's got a 311 fill as well. So let's see if we can't get one more leg, and it's not going to be 3 even. I want to see it break that, head down to this 280 range. There was pre-market action here around 260 as well. That would be the fantastic target. At the absolute bottom for me, I'll be flat if it gets to that price on EXPR. I did get the long in go-go. I'll give it to 1340 or so. I'll also probably add on a 14 even break. I'd rather see it get going before I add to this position because it's not really doing a heck of a lot yet.
Yeah, we added to some BlackBerry here again, just because it's at near the bottom. We're gonna use that 1850 hopefully as our out. So we did add some more here to BlackBerry. It looks like it's gonna get taken out right now. So we'll probably turn out to be negative on BlackBerry, obviously, if this does come through, or if it does hit, to the downside. that is going to be what it is. We did take another shot at that. We are very, very light on AMC, and we can see that now has come down. So from a winner into a loser, it's not going to be a loser, but you can see AMC coming back down to the downside now, trying to find levels to protect here. It's gone, like we said, it was already off 35, 38% this morning, up to $5. How much more do you want? Watch out for this 430 to break. This could be a good shorting opportunity here for AMC, guys. 430 breaking to the downside.
I remember 450 being a level on AMC, and again, look, it's going to be a round number as well, but this is the same sort of consolidation rate. It's a 430 break, it's a 450 that you have as a bit of a stop, so it's going to be very similar to what I just did in the XPR, where I wanted in the middle of this range here, but just remember the caveat. If you short any of these today, we've seen these sell off in the morning only to have big time movement to the upside in the afternoon, so if that's going to be the case, have a hard stop. I think 450 looks like a decent level for me. I want to test in this range if I can. I was about to take a short here on the 30 break, and then I just saw the bidding that was going on my level 2 out of the corner of my eye. Cancel that offer, and now I'll wait for a better price. Brennan?
What's up?
Another one, guys. So much to look at this morning. Look at Beyond Meat, approaching 10% on the session here. 141 up to 153. Nice technical break here above 145 for Beyond Meat, guys.
Yeah, some of these stocks today, we already talked about stocks going parabolic, including GameStop, now at 93. We're watching this BlackBerry fall down to earth a little bit here. I think it's going to be worth picking up at some point, but maybe not this point. We are coming down to the 1780 level that Neil talked about that we like. I still like, again, I know this is crazy, but even a VWAP, somewhere up here like 1880 where we got in again. I really like these levels here because that's the top there, 1875, then we had some 1880. So I think we're going to go long again if it tests 1880, but until then we're going to stay away. We did reverse small long into AMC off that break, just not really believing in it too much. We're going to hold the short up to 460. So I don't want to be short these names that are going off, but that 430 looked pretty good to me. So we are going to hold a little small short here on AMC. If it looks like it wants to go, we're going to get out some at 450, but then try to hold the rest for 460. I think it's a decent spot. And then here goes BlackBerry to the downside. Watch out for that 1780 like we talked about.
Yeah, absolutely. Just going to go back to the well. It's EXPR. There's that 30 level, sorry, 3 level. It just had enough of a buyer at 303, 304 to get me out of some shares. Now I'm just literally going to see if I can't throw a bid in the 60s. In front of that pre-market level. This one is now falling like an absolute rock. I probably should have held on to that. I now have that last little 15% of the position. Let's see if it gets a bit of a bigger move, but it's going to be a fantastic one so far this morning. BlackBerry, that 1780 is really starting to come into fold. I'm trying to patiently wait for that level for my next trade there. Brendan?
Big strength, guys, in retailers. And I mean big strength. Have a look at Macy's here first. 1280 down here. We're at $14 for Macy's, straight to the upside. This high up here is $14.13, so a heads up. Recent highs coming from Macy's. You can also have a look at Bed Bath & Beyond. Big move today as well.
Yeah, BBY, another shortable name there for sure. And here we go, guys. We're getting off on Rocket right now. This one taking off to the upside. So we haven't traded this, but we've been calling Rocket Mortgages that we've liked. It's Rocket Companies, but that we've liked this one for a while. I'll show you why. I think we're breaking out very, very soon. We just crossed that 20 period. You get above this $22, $23. Rocket is gone. So watch out for that one. And there goes AMC.
I missed it.
Hallelujah. We hit that one and we hit it big time. So yes, sir, we're back in the game right now on a beautiful short on AMC. We told you we had to wait for that one. 430 comes. Now we capture that out. 417. We had to hold that a little bit against us. We talked about 450. We talked about 460. But here we go. The cash cow is in. We're barbecuing up those profits, baby.
Yeah, and trying to break the bottom here is going to be both BlackBerry and GameStop. Here is that level on BlackBerry, that 1780. It's actually holding that bid with a very, very small and slight offer, or bid, I should say, and just bounced it up 20 cents. I was about to say, forget it, I'll just go long in front of it, but I don't want to stand in front of the train. It feels like it's going to come to the downside. Wake me up before you go. Go is on the move, but it's an orderly move to the upside. I got 90 as my price because I said I'd add on a 14 break. I have already done so 13.93. That's trading above that $14 range now on go, but 1780 on BlackBerry is making a defense. If it breaks, I'm trying to go short.
Okay, I don't know what the hell just happened to Palantir here, but we're going to defend some of this. So we just took a long there at 35. Screw you, Palantir. You don't deserve to be going down like that. We'll take some longs now. So now we're long at 11s. We just took some out at 40. So once again, guys, yahoo! The money bags are coming through right now. Palantir, nice little long there. AMC, a beautiful little short. Where do we have bids? We have bids in the teens and the 7s. So we'll cash out on that one. But Palantir, like, what did you just do there? We took a little bit of a long. We're going to defend this 34.50. It's coming to the downside. A lot of these stocks that were hot fire, like Palantir was up to 40. Now we're back down to 35. Crazy moves. We told you today was going to be nuts. Brendan, how are you doing?
Yeah, big ranges. You got to be in the right direction. That's for sure. JKS, guys, another one. We talked about clean energy last week with the Biden administration. Here we go with Jinko Solar through 69. We're at 75 now for JKS.
Yeah, some of these stocks are going absolutely hammer time today. We haven't looked at GameStop yet. I know Neil took one trade. It's doing a nice little bottom here, 86.87. I mean, maybe there's something there. I still think we could take out. I mean, let's just wait to see. We saw it go crazy there on Friday, pretty much every day last week. Like, you're going to say, how could it take out 104.50? But it easily could. So we're going to wait for that. VWAP there, I have it at 94. Other people's VWAPs probably be different because of timing here. But 94, 98, something like that is where I'm going to get interested. But it is looking like a downward trend here on GameStop, guys. And a big win on Palantir, now up to the 50s. I mean, this is how we're doing it, guys, every single day on the show. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the likes as we're going, man. Big time wins all across the board.
Yeah, and here comes, I just got the first out on GoGo. It was the first to get long at 1380. I talked about the defending that 1350 to 40 area if it got down there. I should have done it off the open. I knew I should have, but I just didn't pull the trigger because of the low volume. It's now done 2 million shares. I added to the position on a 14 break. It consolidated and just got some out at 1430. So overall, that's a 40-cent win on the first little bit. I just missed an opportunity on BlackBerry as I was literally just talking to you guys. A consolidation off that failed bottom break. And for now, it's a failed bottom break. It's testing low right now. But it held this 1830 level, previous bottom at the open. That's where I would have liked to roll into more shares. I only want to add if it holds below that level. I'm going to go tight stopped on any one of these if I short them today, whether it's BlackBerry or GameStop. So 1830, I'm not going to let that go. It doesn't seem like a lot relative to how far it moves, but that's just the way that I prefer to trade it today. I'm not giving away profits that easily to the short side on either GameStop or on BlackBerry or even AMC, guys.
Okay, yeah, more stocks going here, guys. AMC 427, we've been reaching out of that one. GameStop falling down right now. AMD kind of just chilling out here for a little bit. Let's trade a name that Brendan brings us. What's up, bud?
I mentioned this one earlier, guys. Not Palantir. Looks like Palantir. JD.com. Big move higher initially. We're right back down again, back below $100. Volume coming in below $100 as well for JD, guys.
All right, 94.47 or so we'll probably get out here of some of our AMD. So we just tested another long here. I think we can make a run back to VWAP and see about 95. So we'll give this one about a 1-to-1 or so risk. See if we get out for a little bit higher than that, like almost 1.8 to 1 or so. So 94.50 or so as an out, and we go long here. Let's just see if the NASDAQ can't pick it up a little bit here. We've been getting out of AMC. I just wonder if it made that bottom there near 4. So we're getting out now in the 20s off of this 30 short, putting us right back into the profits on AMC. And then the other guy, AMD, we just talked about. Let's get some orders around VWAP in the 80s. If we can get that, that's great. We'll take a smooth 18, 19, 20 cents on AMD, and then we'll just wait for 95 to come through. So it's been an exciting day. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves because I know we are.
You better believe it. And just in the nick of time, that $3 out that we got on EXPR, it is bouncing off this level. Because of the weakness that it has shown so far in the open, I'm likely to play a bit of a reload if I can catch it off of that same 330 to 360 area. So that's what I'm targeting here. I'm going to do a bit of a dragon slay on BlackBerry. And yeah, I still kind of use one. So, it is what it is when you go short this name. But it just gave me a fill, 1760. There was a bit of a refresher there. So I took the opportunity to take some out. 17 will be the next leg to the downside. If it does get there, I'm not moving my stop from 1830. I'm not going to let it breach that level, guys. We'll take that shot at only. And like I said, at AMC, I only got the first entry on that one to the short side because I missed the first break. Tight stops on every one of those shorts in any of those names. So just got out of that one and broke that 430 range. Someone just said in the chat, Tesla 900.
Probably. I mean, nothing would surprise me more at this point than that. But I mean, forget about Tesla. We've got AMD here right now, guys. Big time mover for AMD. We just took that at 60. We just talked about 69, sorry. And out. Look where we're getting out now. I mean, these trades are real, obviously, as we continue to go here on AMD. A nice little move to the downside here, to the upside, and we cashed in on that one. So a big time move here on AMD for me. We're really happy with the way that one's trading. A smooth 30 cents in just a matter of seconds here on AMD as it's going to the upside now. Let's watch out. There's some D-dumps there that just happened. $95 coming on AMD, guys.
Yeah, and so 900 is coming here on Tesla. Of course, we're waiting for that breakout through that 65 area, and it's the day where you're distracted by some of these other high-flying names. The Tesla makes this push, and apologies on my charts just froze on me, so I'll have to only be looking at the 1 minute when it comes to Tesla for a couple of minutes here. But either way, I'm still going to be watching that 900 level. There's only one way I want to short it. I talked about it all week. It needs to be an overwhelming level at 900 for me to take a shot at it. Otherwise, it's just going to be break city at that price. If this thing dips back into 875, I'd love to be able to pick some up there and make a bit of a trade to the long side. I kind of hate that we missed this trade.
Yeah, I hate that we missed a lot of trades today, especially Nokia. We missed that as well. That Tesla you just mentioned, 890 and change, going to the high side there. For some reason, I guess a dark pool. I don't know, that Palantir, we shouldn't have even got out there, but we did. So now it's just ripping to the high side off more and more profits. I don't think that even really happened, but there was a huge dump. We also got rid of our AMD as it triggered. So we got out at 95 there, like we talked about. So a nice little trade there on AMD. But there goes Palantir. I don't know why Palantir dipped. We got to get back long on that one. We meant to get long, and then we got out of that trade there. I don't know. I don't even know what happened, but we should still be long 34, 35 as it rips up to 36 right now. VWAP coming on Palantir. It's off, man. That dump there, I don't know what that was all about, but I am looking to get longer right now on AMC as well as we've cleared that one out.
Yeah, and sorry, just kind of fixing my charts there. I do want to, and we do have to talk about this name because it's not just because it's on the watch list, but if you talk about missed opportunities, that RLX off of the open, failed break at pre-market high through 35 actually to the dime, the high of the day, all the way back into 30. And when I tell you it 30-10, $5 drop that stalls right at an even number. And we've talked about this before when it comes to these, I guess, second day trades with IPOs. You have no levels to work off of, so even dollar ranges. Previous levels like a 29.50 close tend to matter. You're seeing an awesome bottom there. If we hold the pre-market low now, which is around 32, 31.80, maybe this one's another ramp and a secondary push that we can play here. So RLX on the radar. I know we missed a huge opportunity here, but let's see if it can't hold this 32 level and make another run at that top. It's 10 o'clock. It feels like it's the entire day's already gone with the amount of action we've seen. Let's go to Brendan for Happening Now.
Hey guys, yeah, let's have a look at North American markets, see where we stand. Very similar story to what we saw in the pre-market if you joined us. NASDAQ here still leading the way. You can see 1.4, 1.2 for the 100 and the composite. So tech stocks really leading this market to the upside, whereas the Dow 0.6% downside right now in negative territory. The S&P 0.2% higher on the day. The Russell here 0.3%. To the upside for small caps. Here in Toronto, the TSX basically flat. Down in Brazil, if you're following along on the BOVESPA, 0.8% to the downside. Keeping my eye on this one, Churchill Capital on the watch list this morning. This is that potential Lucid SPAC. Big move down initially. We mentioned $3 range here. We're right back to the middle. $25 though was support here in the pre-market. It's trying to hold once again. For CCIV, if you're watching it. The other one, Merck, that was on the watch list. Again, they came out this morning and said they're giving up on their COVID-19 vaccine. So we had a nice test here of 81 where it was trading on Friday. That was really it. A bit of a choppy start for MRK. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, we had Merck on the watch list there. There was some sort of a story there with. Okay, so we're going to look at going BlackBerry 1840. We'll see if we can get some longs there. 1840, we like that spot for some BlackBerry. We haven't traded it the greatest yet, but it does. I mean, how great was that 1780? I mean, it basically only goes 30 cents against you there, which I guess, for me, that would have been a hold. Like I held it against me worse, but now I feel bad about this as we're not long right now, but we should be on BlackBerry, guys.
I got a little bit out for profit and took the rest out for the hit. I mean, BlackBerry was a fantastic trade off the open, almost as easy as it gets. GameStop, even after this halt, is still holding its pre-market low here. I mean, if only barely. Forget about that wick. You're talking like 86 bucks here. It was 86 and change, but 86 is the even level, and that looks like it is holding. I'm going to take, at some point, another crack at this to the long side. It's looking like the operative play might be around like a 92 break. But if it bounces off of 86 one more time, I'll probably just take it long off of that level and then see what happens. Certainly when I see a level hold like that a couple of times, I pay attention to it. Speaking of which, seeing that happen in EXPR, it's held 3 once. It's trying to hold 3 twice. This one I do have a bit of a bias, more of a bias to the short side. So I will be taking a 3 break. If this breaks at that point, I think we're moving down to that 260 range where I already have a bid. So why not add to the position in case that floodgate does open up? GameStop just 93s? That was 94? Okay, so GameStop just made a big move to the upside as well. So maybe that one is going now.
Yeah, Palantir's still rocking and rolling. Again, I don't know why we don't have that trade on. I guess we put the stop order there. Didn't even realize that, and that's still making moves to the high side there. We're waiting for AMC 455 break. This VWAP, we're going to go on that one. So I like AMC to the high side if it does break. It's been a pretty profitable day for us so far, but we have misstepped on BlackBerry. So we're going to wait on that one. I mean, we haven't misstepped. We were long here and got out. It's just some of these shorts, those actually aren't even shorts. They're me getting out. I guess we had orders upside. I still think we could break higher. Watch out for a 1750 break downside, obviously, on BlackBerry. What's up, B?
If you want another one, guys, that might get a little bit of a short squeeze going here, NanoX Imaging. We talked about this one a couple of days last week. It popped up through 54 to 70 now on this NNOX. Just took out that high as well. High short interest on this one, but NNOX going as well.
NanoX, yeah, okay. We look at that bingo going as well. GameStop now through 94, 95. That's still going. Our Apple that we haven't traded yet today. For some reason, I just went back to the well with Softy. Probably should have stuck with Apple as it's at least high side right now as the NASDAQ looks good. 145. I don't really want to trade Apple ahead of earnings, but I mean, if the NASDAQ goes, man, like this top of 145, definitely coming into jeopardy at some point here on Apple. So 145.10, we're going to go long if it breaks. If it breaks in the middle of the day, that's even better.
Sean, a 300,000 share sell order started this fall on GameStop at 93. Now it looks like it's trying to break that pre-market low. That's going to be the first thing that'll actually, and the pre-market low breaks, and I'm able to get some shares here. So I got 85.98 on the short, and I saw that order at $93. So yeah, that's like an $8 move before I'm able to get anything.
Yep.
If it holds that low, I have to get out of this rather quickly. But if we can hold 90, maybe it's going to be interesting. But that was crazy action on GameStop, Brennan.
I mentioned XPEV earlier, guys. Candy just popping up. Remember Candy? KNDI 6% today. Volume just coming into this one. Don't sleep on some of these little guys. That high on the daily chart is $9. So we're approaching that recent high for KNDI.
Yeah, that's one ugly car. We talked about that, but we're not making judgments on cars here. We're just trying to make some trades for you guys. So, yeah, okay, let's check back on GameStop. I still was wondering about that 105, 104 level, but it makes that break of the pre-market there, or that low, I guess. Yeah, that's what Neil's talking about there, 86, 87, up to 89. So, yeah, I mean, these stocks, obviously, you got to hold. So we're going to wait to see on that one. Where's our AMC? Still bouncing around. As that VWAP changes, we'll try to change. I'm wondering about a 50. I just rather it break 50 and give me that 54 if we can get that. Nokia, thanks for the update on that one as well, guys. Up to 477, 67 million shares. It got to 490. Congratulations, anybody, and thank you to our viewers that brought us that. So I am waiting now for AMC to go. BlackBerry's trying to go, and there we go. We take some BlackBerries now through 1842, like we said, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to give. This is going to be probably one of the first shots I'll take in GameStop if it's going to be the short. I'm going to use that 92, 93 area where I saw that seller come in, and that's what I want to play off of. Because Bed Bath & Beyond here, of course, there's lots of names that are moving around quite a bit here. About to take off the top at a 41.75 breakout, so I might find myself simultaneously short GameStop and taking a long break in Bed Bath & Beyond at 41.75, which is happening right now.
Oh, hell yeah, guys. We got this trade on board as well. Nice little win here. Go, BlackBerry. Let's go, baby. We're hitting keys and getting out of these trades as we double the long up, and now we're just cashing in on BlackBerry up to 1860, 1865 there. We had that long through 40s. We take a bit more shares, which is why you see the price where it is right now. But let's see if BlackBerry can't get going to the high side right now. Good trade alert on this name, but needs to still go even more to make us just that little bit more money as we just did take the long there on BlackBerry, guys.
Yeah, and so I just took the breakout on you almost haven't seen BlackBerry, but Bed Bath & Beyond. If it dips back into about 40 range, I want to see if we can catch a bit of a dip buy on this one. AMC, I should say, going to get to, but I have to go to Brendan and then come right back.
Big C, guys. We talked about this one a couple of days last week, having quite a day here as well, 11% already. Yeah, it was Thursday. Remember last week got back above 70 and held. The lockup expiration, I was just reading on this, is February 1st. So looks like they're buying this into lockup expiration, guys.
Ooh, that's a spicy meatball there. Definitely gonna be watching that. Bed Bath & Beyond, it did just get into it. There hasn't been a dip yet. I thought maybe you were gonna get a fail break and then a dip out into 40. Looks like it's just going. If I can get some out in front of 42.50, usually I'll take a number like that almost every single time for a scalp trade. It'd be like a 50-cent win in that range, and then see how far this one might want to go. There is a heavy short interest, as we mentioned, at least a few times when it comes to Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah, we love Bed Bath & Beyond. Great long there. And man, did we hit this long as well. We'll floss it off with us here on BlackBerry. It's showing that we're long 64.5, but that was an order that we had at 60s. We changed that order, if you remember, at 40s. So I did keep an order long there. So we are just getting out of that trade right now. I preferred the 40s. We'll take the 20, 30 cents now. We've been looking at BlackBerry. I already have like 87 trades on BB today. So a big time for us. And have we got to 5K yet here? No, we have not, guys. Over 12,000 watching. No Valeria, no problem. Look at the wins today, man. Neil's on GameStop. I'm on Palantir. We had Monster win on Palantir. We got BlackBerry today as well. And we do the show for free. Look, live level 2s. Go BlackBerry, let's go. As we get the cheering in the background. I hear you guys there, Tampa Bay fans. I hear you. We're going to the high side now. 1880, 1890. Let's go. Big time win for your boy on this side. B. Wiggins?
I mentioned Jinko Solar earlier, guys. Some of the clean energy names popping up. This one as well. CBAT, which is CBAK Energy in the clean energy space. Another volume alert there as we broke back above $9. So it broke down, but trying to hold now for CBAT above $9.
One more for you here. Watch for that. That's BNGO. EXPR, it made a move back to the upside, so it bounces off that 3. We talked about that level. I said I wanted to fade this at the same price as before, 33.30 to 360. So if we roll over here at about 340, you're going to see me get in some more shares. I'll go to it hopefully in a second. Bed Bath & Beyond, I will get a bit of an out on that. How did I not get filled on Bed Bath & Beyond? It just went to 42.50, did it not? No, sorry, through 43. No, it did not. It turned around right at that 43 even. So that looked like it was about to make a move right through 43, and the break was going to continue. Maybe we do see a bit of a dip. I don't know if we'll get 40 at this point, but maybe that 41 is worth a bit of a buy action on a pullback here. GameStop has a heck of a seller at 90 even. 92, 93 is where the big order was, 93 specifically. I don't know if it'll follow it down, but if I see that order one more time, I might have to double down on this trade as well.
Okay, we're going to have to get rid of some of these orders here because I don't want to get filled on everything here. Okay, a nice little fill there for BlackBerry, that's for sure. Good out there. Look at AMD, guys. Again, we did not mean to get out there. There was all these dark print dumps, so we did get out at 94, 95, but like bang, bang. I mean, this is what we talk about. I told you AMD. I talked about it with Mark Roberts. I said AMD's gone. See ya. Watch out for 100. I should still be long this name. Big time wins for AMD today. I hope you guys like it, man. If like day trading, I've got you. Long-term trading, I've got you. So ask us any kind of questions you want. Coming up, like this is absolutely free for members. Make sure you join us right now and you'll get the link. It's a Q&A. We do them twice a month. Like you get us for 45 minutes twice a month for $5. I've had enough. That's to me, that should be worth it right there. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. We could talk all about this. 19 years experience. I had to update my Twitter bio there because I only had 18 years there, but now 19. So yeah, I'm an old man, as you can see. I asked my kids, I go, hey, kids, Daddy doesn't have any whites growing or anything. And then they say I look like Santa Claus. And then we argue back and forth, and that's a really fun time. But maybe we got to get that Grecian formula up in here. But, distinguished. That's what I'm going with. Distinguished look.
Touch of gray. Isn't that the one, like the Keith Hernandez one? Whatever that one.
Yeah. Probably touch. I think it's
got to be the way to go there.
Hair Club for Men? No. Grecian formula. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go with Grecian.
I need everything.
Watch out for this AUPH. I know there's a lot to get to, and I got to watch out for a GameStop because I took a shot here, and I'm looking at this 92 in the face. It broke the 90 finally, although the bid can't seem to fall through just yet. But watch out, 1950 to 20 even. AUPH might be going again to the upside. That rollover looked pretty solid, and now it's seemingly stopping, guys. Brendan?
Overall market pretty choppy here, guys. One group that is kind of leading to the downside, the travel names. Once again, President Biden talking about reinstating some travel restrictions both into and out of the U.S. So all of the airlines here, I just pulled up Delta. You can look at UAL. They're all kind of 2.5% to 3.5% in negative territory. Delta, though, trying to bounce here, guys.
Guys, you guys want calls on stocks like... Look at these BlackBerry calls, 1840, 1860. We're at 1920 right now. We got overfilled. We went short. We got out at 19 again. Like I said, I got to clean up these orders. Actually, with that being said, I'm just going to clean up all my orders. We did have a small take profit order there that we got stuck in, so we got out almost right away on that one. So if you did see a quick little loss there, that is why. And I did want to give a big thank you and a big shout out to you, Matthew Henson. Nice 4-digit day with Palantir and BlackBerry. Bang! You are welcome right there. We're feeling like Superman today. And whoops. Also, another welcome to Rifle Reaper there. I don't know about that name, but the Grim Reaper is not in on the market anytime soon. But thank you for becoming a member as we continue to go, guys. Record-setting day for us, over 12,000 viewers. Very, very big. Super chats are very, very much welcome, but let's get this number to 5K. Just turn this little guy green, blue, whatever you're looking at there. That would be fantastic. Let us know. We're trying to break records here. Let Valeria know that you're thinking about here or there in lovely Russia as she goes. But more stocks to trade here. NEO up that 2.5%. We'll have a look at that coming back in Macy's, Brendan, as you mentioned to us. Wow, look at M. I mean, I know you brought it to our attention.
Wow, that's
so no surprise, but $15, Macy's.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of dwarfs some of these other moves here. Finally have a continuation in Bed Bath & Beyond. It just broke 43. I did take some shares out on the north side of that. Now it's just hold time. I mean, 45, I guess that's going to be the next level to the upside. I really don't know. I did see very, very, almost immediately when AUPH broke to the upside, a sell order came through, and it was a big one, a big time seller that was at that 150 mark. I just jumped in front of it, quick reversal, so it was like a long break at that price. A 250,000 share order showed up on the offer. I went short in front of it at 47, so you're going to see a little bit of in and out. It's all bunched up here. It's all within a very, very tight range on AUPH. I'll let this one settle down. Looks like that was just somebody that just wanted to take the fill and didn't even move the stock and has not put that order back in the time being.
Yeah, you got to watch out for some of that order flow there, and good little look. I mean, that's what Neil and I look at if you guys haven't guessed yet. Sometimes order flow and then obviously charts. Like we're into AMC right now, long 55s. But see, this is what I mean. The order flow is not coming in to break this higher. But there you go, 58. We'll take it. What's up, Pete?
Just to add one more catalyst, guys, for Palantir. We talked about demo day coming up after market tomorrow. Yeah, 12.5%. We're getting back towards this 37. 5.5 times relative volume so far today. Versus what it usually does. So very, very high on relative volume for Palantir.
Oh, man. Oops, we did that shit, that again, guys, as we keep barbecuing up the profits. What a day this has been, guys. Wow, look at the chat just lighting up here, guys. Thank you so much. I love when you guys do this, when I go off a little bit here. Jim, thank you so much. Andreas, thank you so much as well. Heather, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Epic show today. Hey, I couldn't agree more. Thank you, R-Man, there for coming on board. Holy crap. And then thank you, Rifle Reaper, as well. Yeah, the support has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you to everybody who's becoming a new member today for the first time. We will not disappoint. And then hopefully these winners don't disappoint as well. Because boom, look at that break there on AMC. We take it. We go long. The market is a spicy today. And we're all over this one. So let's just keep it going for our viewers, Neil.
Yeah, absolutely. Watch out. GameStop just broke me out of that trade. I said I'd take a shot and roll the morning profit into GameStop. I did. That'll take me right back to flat. This was the one that felt like it was good. I saw a massive order at that 992 level that started the move. Had the short off of that level as well. It's still in this, and I apologize for all these wicks, guys. It's still in this range. It's like 95, 96 tops. That pre-market level at the bottom has kind of held a couple of times here. There was one little break, but it's just gearing up like we're going to squeeze again, guys. So at this point, I really do feel like if you're shorted, watch out. It's going to be very, very dangerous to hold this through any kind of a top break. I know you'll see these wicks to 97.6. The top of this move is more like a 97 even. If it breaks that, this could get really, really ugly for anybody still shorted. Brendan, what's up, bud?
In case anyone had, the feeling that there wasn't enough to look at, here's one more. Smile Direct Club starting to go here, guys. Volume just popping up through 1175, which is a bit of a pivot if you go to the daily chart, but it needs really to get back above 12, I think. But 6% today on volume for SDC.
Like these kind of days, thank you so much, Brendan. We love SDC. If you're not plugged into the market these days, then you're unplugged. And you got to be in these moves, man. I woke up today. My very first tweet today was about what kind of a day it was, man, and what kind of day we were going to have here. And I just said, you guys could follow us all on Twitter. Lots of 57 likes, 4 retweets on this one, almost 12,000 followers. But what a day to wake up. Game, Palantir, AMC, and BlackBerry. And it's been a destruction on all of those today. So big time moves. AMC, man, like long, short, out, long again here, long again and out. What a great trade that's been. AMD, like bang to the upside there. We love us some AMD. We talked about that. Palantir, like talk about, we didn't even get involved until right here where we started buying, and now you see where that went upside. And then BlackBerry, okay, BlackBerry, that one dropped a little too far for me, but look at these buys. Buy 1840, buy 1864, and that was it actually. And then all the way to the upside. Now we wait to see if BlackBerry keeps on breaking, but it's been a fantastic day. And then I'm waiting still, patiently
there's
waiting
GameStop,
for GameStop
100. I mean, I was just talking about 97 break and got 98
go.
long and the 100 breaks. Are you kidding me? So I didn't even get the 100 break, just the 98s that we have on here. I'm gonna dump some of these and then look for any kind of a pullback because pre-market high was right there at 104.65. If I can get some out, remember the 105 break? I'm taking that long anyway, so might as well have some profit in front of it and then buy this dip if it comes anywhere near a 100 retrace.
Yep, exactly. I'm in this name right now, finally, for the first time. So we'll see if we could buy some 100s again and then maybe dump them at 95 or so. But GameStop, yeah, I mean, what a big monster day this has been for us today. And just hopefully it just continues there. Sorry, whoops, stop. There it is. So I'm in this name right now on this break, 104. Let's wait to see my first trade here on GameStop. I was waiting for this all day. It comes and then it doesn't do anything. So let's wait to see here. A pullback to 99.98, probably expected. Won't even hurt my net, but we'll wait to see on a 94 if we get all the way back down here, guys. Maybe that's a good dropping spot, but let's load up on AMs or on GME, guys.
Yeah, and the same moment that broke to the upside, I had Bed Bath & Beyond pulled back deep. I mean, that's actually kind of crazy. It's almost like these things are happening in concert. The sell-off in Bed Bath & Beyond happened right when GameStop started breaking, so this, which was deep in the money, immediately pulled back on me. I'm looking at this consolidation between the previous high, 41.75 that we got in, and I guess a 42.50 top. So if we can get like 42 even, I'm going to go with a reload over here on Bed Bath & Beyond, use like the 41 low areas to stop. We're getting the dip in GameStop right now. I'm going to see if I can't pick up some shares on it here. There we go. I just got some shares in front of 101. My price now like 100 even. I'd love, if this bounces off 100, that could get very, very interesting. And apologies because I just had the Bed Bath & Beyond shirt. I realized as I was doing that. Look, I got smoked on the short. Let's be real about it. I then waited for the breakout at 97. Got 98s as along, which is crazy. Couldn't even get 100 on the way up. I just bought the dip here. And now we're holding and adding at 105. And just added at 105. Let's let it go, baby.
Let's go. Here we go, Gregory. You tell him, buddy. Yeah, let's go, Gregory. All the way to the long side now. We go 1 for 1 right now. Bang, we're still in this, man. When do we get out of GameStop? I told you would like this show. If you don't like this show, then what do you like? Put it in the chat. We're along everything right now. How about some AMC 10 cents in the money? How about some GameStops $6 in the money right now as we keep on running to the high side right now? I haven't tweeted anything today. It's been too busy, but it's been a big monster day as we're 3 times our daily net. Let's go. Big time movements today. Let's go, GameStop. You just keep on making that cash.
Yeah, buy 90, buy 98, buy 100, buy 105, all of those. And I just took some off there in front of 110 because, I don't know, room 110, It's room 112 where the players dwell, but 110, that was my race in the hurdles. If we break 110, I'm holding this. I'm holding this, and I hope for a halt trade. That's ideally what I'm looking for. And then if it looks like it's halting, I want to get out on that halt. Let's go. We were supposed to go to our small cap recap, but 110 is likely going to cause a bit of a panic here to the upside if it breaks. Brendan, wow.
Hey guys, yeah, real quick, we'll revisit a couple of these. I'll give you my take on a few of these stocks that are going nuts today. AMC, go to the daily chart, 480 to 5. A bit of resistance, actually got up to 520 here initially. 480, 490 ended up being the level. If you did chase it as I did, no reason on testing 5, see what happens at the open, gave you another opportunity. Great trade down into $4 for AMC off of the open. We'll shift over to BlackBerry. Did try this long initially versus this 1925, got up to $20, but once that broke, that 1925 pivot broke, gave you a nice flush down to 17.5. But BlackBerry as well, guys, big move back to the upside. EXPR, this story was so ridiculous, I had to short this regardless of what was happening. So 420 here ended up being the top. Big move down to 280 for EXPR. Guys, back to you.
$10 in the money right now as the cash cow just continues, Brendan. Get back to your desk, my man. Good job on that one. Up to 116 there. Hello. That was a big win there. That was $12 in the money there. We did not take it. That's going to be a mistake, I promise you. That's probably going to be the high right there. But we're super excited. Like I said, this isn't doing anything to our net. We're just watching it. It's a fun day there. I mean, it was doing lots to the net, but we'll wait for 115, 116. That comes back again. We'd be silly not to take that off because here it comes right back down. This is about as fun as it gets, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I almost topped wick in front of that 115, but I'm still holding some shares here. Now, I added at 105, so it's been 3 separate buys. I'll have that last position at 105. But remember, that's pre-market high. Anticipating a bounce off the pre-market high on the way back is not crazy. We've seen that happen in the past, and it seems like it's happening here. I'm going to hold this one. I think above 100 has got to be a bit of a level here, so let's just see where it goes. This is definitely a squeeze in a second. I want to see what the cost of borrows are because sometimes that can be a bit of a signal. For any of you that are still watching, yeah, the pullback happened in Bed Bath & Beyond. I did add to it here on that little dip. If we can hold 41, that'll be a nice little, hopefully, secondary move to the upside. But it pales in comparison to what GameStop is doing, obviously.
Thank you so much, guys. Best show ever. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more with this. It's been a great day. We told you guys that we'd be all over GameStop. We'd be all over everything, and here we go. Your boy just has a $12 winner. First time taking this today, and we just go high to the upside right now. We just keep on ripping faces off on GameStop. You can see the position I have. Only position long today on that name is right there. And then, yeah, AMC, we're in the money as well, but realistically, the fun is right here. Let's see what happens at 116 again. It just tried to take it off. We should probably take some profits at some point, though, guys.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of taking profits, the dip buy on Bed Bath & Beyond, I am going to take some off. If it gets close to that current high at like 45 or so, I'll definitely take some off in the 43 half range. It makes sense to rinse and repeat. This is not going as parabolic as you're seeing GameStop, so I want to treat this one with a little bit more caution, and let's make sure that we don't look a gift horse in the mouth. How have I not hit the look a gift horse in the mouth on a day like today where there's gift horses all over the place? If you were long in BNGO, you're probably looking at another one. So again, there's just an unlimited number of these names that's going absolutely crazy, but this one making another run at its high of the day. So I want to make sure you guys see some of these other moves. It was a huge spike in volume. It's actually sustaining the move here. If this takes off the top, there's so many things taking off the top at once. You see me not short anything because if you're short some of these, they'll just get stop. Hopefully, short sellers, you're not short 2 or 3 of these names at once. You could absolutely crush a day like today.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, we're going to try to go one more time here long. We just take it out for a $10 winner right there. So we take it out 113.70 there. 113.70. Yeah, we took that out right there on GameStop. So now we'll wait to see if it wants to go one more time. But hey, I'm going to put $10 in the old pocket right now and keep that money cart going. We are now 4 times our daily net, obviously, here as GameStop just continues to rip upside. Big time win for me on that one. $10 clean there on GME. We get out right here. So we'll watch out for 116 to go. We could get into that one once it starts hitting. So watch out for 116 to go here on GameStop, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to hold through that level and see what happens. Just to go back, because there are some other names to watch here. I got stopped out of my short in EXPR. It is still in that range. It has yet to break. this 360. But like I said, if you're short multiple names here, maybe some stops are going to hit simultaneously. Here goes 116 on GameStop. Wowzers. So like the third entry is now in the money, $10. From this 97 break, you're talking 20 bucks before it might actually pull back here. That's a deep pullback here, Sean.
Yeah, so I'll just say, did we just see a top there? Maybe on GameStop as it goes up and downside there. Pretty crazy. We did averaged into 108 there, but we did take that 116 blow off the top. So now our average price 113. Let's see if it can go back again. And here it comes, Neil. Our average price now 113.20.
Yeah, I mean, forget about these dips. That real dip was like you said, 108. This chart is ridiculous.
There it is. We get it. We get it again. 108 to 114s. Another $7 in our pocket right there. So, yeah, let's just keep on going. We got out average price. We made a nice $2 there off that 116. Beautiful average in. Let's just start getting out. This is getting like super spicy there. Don't know what that fail was about there at 116 because, Neil, that came crashing back down. But GameStop just won't stop, can't stop. Let's just go.
I didn't see anything in particular. Now, on Friday, there was an area around 72.50 to 75 that I want to say actually almost looked obvious in some ways in what I saw at the level 2. But I haven't seen anything up here at the top that suggests that there's anything crazy. It's actually looking like it's going to take the top off one more time on GameStop. So still holding. Brendan.
Another one, guys. Just had a note from Mark Roberts talking about this one. Designer brands up 32% on the day. He basically said this is not a short squeeze. This is actually very highly liked by institutional money, and this is real buying. So DBI having quite the day here, has come back to 12 and held, looking like it's having trouble with 1280 right now, but DBI on the move as well.
Designer brands, designer pain. DBI is going to be answering
took it out again.
But it's just about to get like this 116. It just feels like almost a matter of time before it breaks. It is holding the bid. That's the best I can tell you. Every single dip down to 115 is being bought up, which does feel like it is going to make another move here. I think a 117 break, if we hold this area, is certainly going to be worthwhile for like an in and out type of play. If we do dip again, I would watch 106 to 108 for another bit of a dip buy. But GameStop at the top, it's getting a little frothy up here. And Bed Bath & Beyond, it's a very similar story. It's having some trouble through 43. I'm long here at 42, $1 in the money. I'm going to have to start taking some profit on that one because it's also slowing down. Well, sorry, it is slowing down, probably more so than even GameStop.
Like, are we having fun yet? Are we having fun yet? Look at this, guys. We're monsters today. Forget about daily goals. Thank you so much, Eunice, as well there. Thank you so much. We've already talked about Matthew. What's up to you as well? Welcome to Aim Anderson. You're going to be on our show today as well. What's up to Vassar? Lots of people coming through. Wowzers. The PLTR gang. Where are you guys? Let's just keep on going. We're long. GameStop 108.70, guys. Cash. Brendan, you're ruining my fun, but you got the good stuff.
BlackBerry, guys, 20 testing here again for BlackBerry. So it looks like it's going to fail, but we got there just before the open. We're back to 20, 38% for BB.
Are you not entertained, Dan McIsaac? We love that. Yeah, you guys know where that's from. Let's just keep on going, man. We are rocking and rolling here today. And look, I mean, I can only ask you to hit the like button only so many times, but just keep doing it. Me and Neil are here. We're here every single day. We love this. Ether going bonkers as well. Bitcoin back to 34.4. Man, this has been like, what a run, man. We have GameStop long at 108 right now, and we've already cashed out 4 times. So, yahoo. What kind of day it is? Let's go.
So that $20 on BlackBerry, actually a bit of a turnaround here, but that just might reinforce either a bounce off this level of pre-market, which was 19, or a breakthrough 20 even. I gotta have it when it does. 117 about to go on GameStop, that is. So I'm gonna lock and load an order through 20 on BlackBerry while we see this top end potential break, and at some point halt, I think, is gonna be. Forget about it. I couldn't even get that long on GameStop. I have to try to catch it on a retrace, I suppose. That's the best way to get in. Might be on these dips, Sean.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to wait on that. But you guys can see here, BlackBerry, we absolutely murdered that stock to go to the long side here. We called these bottoms at 18, 18, 10. And we're trying to do the same basically. There goes GameStop. Wow.
Yeah, you couldn't even...
We could watch it, but 118, 119, 120. We've just been hammering this. Look at this pickup we got at 108 there. That's a real trade. You saw that off the fail. And I was like, what the hell? And we took up some more. And now you're busting out through 120 now on GameStop. So, yeah, we're long 108. So I know you have a long as well there, Neil. This may be a good spot, though, at 120 as just a psychological level. And then
I'm close to to pulling the trigger to take it off at 120 and then think about, because you've been able to get back in. Even though I've missed a couple of opportunities, I'm taking the 120, and it either dips here or there's probably like 125 coming. I feel like at some point it's going to halt. If this pulls back into like that 8 to I know it's a big range, but if it pulls back to 8 to 12, that's going to be a good level. And 125, I'm kind of anticipating will be crazy up at that price.
Wouldn't want to be a GameStop shorts. Peace. As it just keeps on going to the upside right now. I don't know. We're still long, and it's just been a great run. Neil out at 120, probably a good spot there. It goes to 122. I have visions of 150. Let's just wait to see.
To be clear, guys, I am not shorting 125. So when I mentioned
I don't think anybody's.
I just want anyone to be clear. I'm not shorting short. There's no way.
Do not short AMC, or AMC, but do not short GameStop, guys. You will suffer that pain. We're only long today, and there's reasons for it. This is a smooth $18 winner. What's up, Brendan?
Yeah, AMC either, guys. Looking like it might want to test back towards the upside. GDRX, remember this one? Good RX, online pharmacy. I mean, $45 to $50 here today. I don't see really any significant news. There's a bit of a pivot on the daily chart in front of this $50 for GDRX.
How did I not get filled there?
So it is an $18 break here. As we go to 127, sorry, Neil, a $20 winner now on GameStop and still ripping. So hallelujah for that one. We bringing home the bacon, baby, if you're watching. Get ready because it's going to be a good night. We popped a lot of champagne over the weekend. Let's just continue to pop more. And you know what else is taking off, guys? Quietly, keep this one on your radar. This is only for us here at Trader TV Live. I've been talking about Rocket forever, and now today we take off. So keep that quiet. Keep that on your radar there. Rocket, guys. And if by keep it quiet, I mean attack the boards. Let's go.
Just watch out. It just got that 20 break on BlackBerry, so it did make its move. I didn't think necessarily that it would be on a dime at 125. There'd be a pullback. But here's the first significant one in GameStop. Remember, it's like 108 to 112 or somewhere around there that I think could be the bounce spot. It might not even get that far on a retracement play, guys. But if 108 breaks, I'd watch out below here. You got to take profit at some point. I decided it was at 120 on all those successive longs. It looks crazy, this chart, but I was short this name at one point. I've had mostly long trades, but there was that one big short. And then from there, it's like 98, 100, 105. And I think that 105 to 108 could be a bit of a line in the sand. BlackBerry has not really gone too far yet, but if this breaks high of the day, this feels like a add at the high of day instead of take off. So that's going to be the name of the game here, guys. If I can scalp some, I'll go ahead and do that, but I'll definitely taking more shares on it's a 2070. This is a pre-market high. A 2070 break on BlackBerry. I'll still have a little bit on, and I'll be looking to add to it.
And guys, like, you don't have GameStop, don't worry about it because you should have AMC here. We've just been crushing that one while we talk about GameStop. And we just, buy. Like, look, this stock just continues to be one of the top stocks on my board here. You've seen the damage that we've crazily done here on GameStop, and to think that this is not even my number one stock is crazy. But AMC to the high side right now, 75, 76. We're still going to go higher here, hopefully, as this one can get squeezed. What's its high? 90s? Let's wait to see if it takes that out. So we've been all over. Again, you can rewind it to like 840. I told you that today was going to be a monster. All the trades we had, I put it on Twitter. Now we hit it. We hit it live for you now. $12 winner on GameStop, 8 cents here on AMC. Let's just keep the party moving. And I want to say thank you again. Like, it doesn't even stop. In an hour, we go live with your questions. D Downs, what's up? Arun, what's up? And a big shout out to Cyber Trader as well. My best day going long in over a year. Crazy market. You tell me, Brent. Look at AMC, though. We go. Hide your eyes. AMC in the money. Let's go. What kind of a day is this? 5 times daily net. 5 times daily net. Keep it going, guys. Hopefully you guys are having these.
I think we're going to Brendan in a second, but watch out. Double top on Bed Bath & Beyond. It's 44.70. I'm still holding this 42 long. But if 45 breaks, join this to the party. It's a bit of a squeeze play as well. I'm adding to this, going more long at 45 on Bed Bath & Beyond. These longs are crazy. Let's keep the party going. Brendan, what's up?
So much to look at, guys, but we did miss one this morning. Vivo Power, VVPR, up huge. They signed a distribution agreement with Tembo Toyota Electric Vehicle Solutions. So it's a distribution agreement to sell EVs throughout certain markets. So Vivo Power, VVPR, we've talked about this one before. Big move today as well, just creeping back towards that 19 level, guys.
Big move. That's hilarious. Yeah. Today, lots of big moves there, Brendan, and things are just going nuts right here as we're just whatever. I mean, we're just getting out of AMC. I mean, everything is just ding, 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 adding up. Watch out, GameStop right back to that 125 level. Maybe we'll get out. We're long at 108. A good possibility to get out here on GameStop, guys. Just bounced off that 125. Let's see what it does next time it comes back up here. I feel a little silly. Let's get it out, and then we'll re-look at this at 125, guys, GameStop.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a monstrous level, but it was obviously enough for a little bit of a turn. I think there's definitely some profit taking. When that breaks, remember 127 is the current high of day, so there's likely to be stops at that at 127 in addition to that 125. You got to pay attention to that and make sure that you're looking at both of those levels. Just to quickly go back to Bed Bath & Beyond, here comes that 44.70 area. That's going to be the high of day. If 45 breaks, I'm entering a new position on Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm covering my 42 at the high. If it turns around off this level, it's not a huge one on level 2 here. It's just 50,000 shares or so. If it turns around, I'm looking for dips around 42.50. It doesn't, so I just got long on the 45 break. This is a new trade, different trade from what we had, bouncing twice off of 42. Now we're taking the top end break here on Bed Bath & Beyond, which has already gone. It's up 50%, and it's already gone from 35 at the open. Crazy.
Wow, love Bed Bath & Beyond there, and we've been trading that one pretty well lately, but not today. Okay, AMC, see, just break through 80. We're waiting at 82 there. On this break, it probably flushes to 85, 86, almost right away is my guess. Let's just wait to see. There is some resistance here at 80. As you can see there, see that? It kept resisting that 80 break. We kept showing you. It looked like it wanted to break. It didn't. Now it turns around a little bit. Let's see if it goes one more time through 80. Maybe take a little bit off here, 78, but we're already light, man. We're only into 20% of this one that we have left from our 71s long. Let's just wait to see now what it does through 80. I was really hoping for that 80-82 break, and then we still have some upside surprises still to come here on AMC, but there is some resistance high side right now on this name. So,
Sean,
yep.
Here comes it's just, there are days when you guys watch the show every single day. Yeah, trust me, like usually at this time of day, I've got 4 shorts on, no question. Today it's only longs. I've scalped what I will scalp out of Bed Bath & Beyond, and now we'll just see if it goes to the stratosphere and BlackBerry as well. The 20 break, I've taken out what I will take out in front of the current high of the day. Actually not true. I got one more out to take because I just remembered I am adding to this position on a 2070 break. So I want to make sure I'm scalping out of a little bit more here on that 20 break. It'll be about like a 50-cent winner. And then when we break 70s, let's see if we can't go long again. GameStop why do I keep trying to get breakout trades on GameStop instead of buying the pullback, Sean? Because I just missed it again. It just took out the high of the day. None of these are showing any signs of stopping. All bets are off if you're short any of these guys. You're getting absolutely crushed. Bed Bath & Beyond. This new trade is in the money over $1 here and going parabolic as well. This is getting a little crazy, guys.
Yeah, how about a $23 winner right now on GameStop? It's still holding, guys, up to 131. I said 150, wasn't playing around. So let's wait to see if 150 could come through. 131, 132, it's still going. There's still lots of juice left in this one. We did drink some Kool-Aid on BlackBerry, so we went long again on that name. Probably a little bit too late, as it does break that 75 there. We did get in at 55, so not a bad average price, but let's watch BlackBerry as it is slowing down here as it does just break the top, but it's all peril. It's like this is a $35 winner now on GameStop, but still going. No sight for ending this anywhere near. I'm sure traders are just destroying this one as we are on the show, guys. Best of luck and congratulations if you're on this name with us, guys. We're just murdering this.
Yeah, and everything about this is absolutely insane, and it's kind of crazy to say, but wow. Like, have we not mentioned what's going to be going on a little bit here, a little bit later on? And, of course, my board is giving me issues.
We mentioned it a lot. The coming up.
I got to say it one more time. This is easily the day. You got to ask us anything you want today because there's a lot to discuss and take advantage of for all of our members. Believe me, there's a lot technically going on when it comes to GameStop that I feel like a lot of you are going to want to go over as it's even happening. This will be an interesting one because we'll be live doing our Q&A when all of this will still be trading. And trust me when I tell you, this story will not be over at that time. I absolutely promise you we're going to still be going. Here's the one that's going to get away from me because this was one that I wanted for you guys. I got stopped out in this horrible wick in go-go. Didn't even notice how ugly it was at the time and should have re-entered when it held the pre-market lows. This is Gonzo as well, the 15. It's yet another short squeeze type of play. There goes BlackBerry again. There is Brennan at the big screen for Sector Watch. Let's go to him.
Hey guys, yeah, let's have a look at the S&P 500. We'll check out what is making the move so far today. It's actually quite a mixed board. There is a lot of red up here. We are higher, 0.4% on the day. But stay away from the banking group if you're looking for weakness. That's the first place you want to look. As far as things moving to the downside, the banks, pretty much all of them in negative territory, diversified financials as well. I mentioned the travel names getting hit pretty hard, 2.5% to 3.5% for some of the airlines today after the Biden administration said they might reinstate some of the travel restrictions coming into and out of the U.S. So transportation stocks under pressure as well. Even Boeing here, 1.6% to the downside. CARR, 4.5% leading as far as capital goods, but industrial stocks definitely under pressure. Here's the cruise lines as well to add to that list, 3.5 to 5, almost 6% for CCL today. So cruise lines getting hit as well. Expedia, Booking.com, L Brands, AZO as well, all 2.5 to 5+% in negative territory. Apparel makers, however, offsetting this weakness. There's Tesla as well, up 5% today. GM down 4.5%. Ford down 2.75%. Let's have a look at tech stocks here. It's the hardware equipment makers led by Apple. We talked about it, all-time highs for Apple today. Semiconductors very strong. Software makers, though, kind of lagging, offsetting a lot of that. Just real quick, Viacom, Discovery, Fox A, and Fox, all 5 to 6%. I saw Peacock picked up exclusive rights for WWE over the weekend as well. 0.4%, guys, for the overall S&P. Back to you.
Hey, good for Peacock. I actually didn't know that story yet. So Brendan always educating us. $140 is the current high on GameStop. I know it seems crazy, but this is what its squeeze looks like, and it's a real one. I didn't get a chance to see how expensive the locates might be at this current time. I have to imagine they're going crazy. Bed Bath & Beyond just got to $47.50. I have to take some profit. If I can get some a $2 winner on some of that and look for a secondary break through $47.50 on the way to $50 on Bed Bath & Beyond, I'll go ahead and do that. I always try to take profits here because I don't know where the top is going to be. If I had to venture a guess, I don't know, 250 sounds like an interesting number on GameStop, Sean.
250. I was looking at 150. But
I'm literally joking, man. I don't even know. Who knows?
Well, no, nobody knows. But I mean, we're not joking around because 104 break, 108, 116, and we're still in it. So I have an out here around here, 125. I mean, if it gets back to here, look, man, I'll give up some of this profit. I know that's crazy to say. I'll keep trying to adjust it, but right now 138, and we're just rocking and rolling. I told you we're 5 times our day, and we are. It's just been a fantastic day here, and I also think AMC can look to break 495 coming up soon as well. So watch out for that one. AMD, still one of my #1 stocks of the day. We hit that pretty hard here, and that's still going, not going, but that's hovering around these bottoms. I don't mind some pickups right there. BlackBerry's really the only, I only have one negative stock. BlackBerry. Let's go, Greg. I hear Greg going nuts there. 140 to the break to the high side. I really hope this is making people's days because today, man, bang, we hit that and we celebrate as it's been a monster day for us. The money's coming through. And Brendan, you have something else.
You just pick one, and they go up today, apparently. SDC, we talked about, it was back here. It was 1180 when I mentioned it. Now 1215, guys, for Smile Direct. So we are above that 12 level I was talking about on the daily chart. Needs to hold here, though, to continue. But almost 10% now for Smile Direct.
Yeah, the only thing not, I mean, like you already said there, Sean, the only thing not breaking is this BlackBerry. I trimmed my position when we took that little bit of a breakout, took half off when it looked like a failed break, because if it settles down and wants to continue the push, it's hard to imagine that there aren't some people short both these names. GameStop, I don't know. There's a really large part of me that wants to put my shortable shares to work here, and I'm trying to hold off because the urge at 150 is going to be a psychological one. I am going to have a bit of a, and 45 is a secondary, or I guess the 3rd or 4th breakout of the day on Bed Bath & Beyond. If this goes back below that price, I don't want to hold it past 45. That's where my last in was 42 and then 45. So it's going to be around a break even plus change for that stop. And if it gets to 50, yeah, I'm going to take this one off as well. I mean, it's certainly one of those things where I got to take profit somewhere. I'm not going to guess, and it's not nearly as crazy as GameStop fundamentally in terms of the short interest. So let's see if we have a reasonable target for that one, guys.
Yeah, again, the targets we throw, like Neil was mentioning, we just kind of throw these targets right out the window because 35, like I was joking, I guess I was, about 150. Hello, we are still in this name. Guys, a $35 winner, like a $35 winner on GameStop live for you guys right here. We talked about this. We got a little nervous on that 116 break. What a joke that was. Right up to 150. We are still long, guys. I put my Twitter on there, my Instagram on there. Follow if you want to get some of this smoke because we have it all. I talk about this. We tweet after the show and whatnot, so definitely find out about that one. Palantir as well, guys. Wow. I mean, what a day that's been on Palantir. Our only chance was to buy down here. And again, I don't know what happened there, but who cares? We bought downside, and now you're upside. So that's a nice little $2.20 win on GameStop. And bye-bye. Now a $40 winner here. Sorry, that was on Palantir. $40 on GameStop, Neil. Can't stop, won't stop.
I'm only chuckling because of all days Tesla just turned around and you could have shorted Tesla around 900 and that level actually holds for you know what's in giggles. But all things aside here, 150 is coming up on GameStop, and you guys got to be aware here that that this play, and this is what's happening. You guys know it's a cul de gamma squeeze if you haven't figured out what that is. Yeah, there are a lot of ridiculous options that are now in the money, which you know what that's going to mean, guys. Through 150, it's going to get maybe even crazier. BlackBerry is ranging this level here, 2030 to 2050. The shares I took off, I'm thinking about adding back in because it looks like it might want to go here a millionth time, I suppose. But here's that 150 level on GameStop. Come and gone. Come and gone, guys.
Oh, yeah, let's look at that. I'm just trying to trade through. Guys, we're still long. 108. I mean, do you guys just want to, I mean, we can just let GameStop run the rest of the show here.
No question.
Like, this is a monster trade for me. Probably the biggest I've ever had on the show. What's up, B?
Heads up, guys, on Churchill Capital. Just seeing that Lucid Motors and the SPAC, Churchill Capital may have to delay their merger agreement discussion. So that's just coming out right now. CCIV just made a big move down on that, guys. I'll keep reading.
All right, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got to adjust my stop order now on GameStop as now it's a $50 winner here, 59.60s. It just keeps on blowing up. A shout out to our friend Jay, who's just been murdering this stock, and I know a lot of you have as well. So I don't know where to get out. At some point, like Neil said, maybe it halts. It doesn't look like it's going to. But yeah, like
up another 135%.
Still ripping up. Yeah, I mean, whatever happens at this first halt, we don't know. But 160 might have been a good out.
I was about to just tell you guys, it might be interesting if the first halt was to the downside, which is exactly what's happening right here. I'm going to kick myself in the gut. I saw that in the level 2 and was like, it's about to halt to the downside.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to halt to the downside right now. 132 and change. Looks like it's going to halt. We'll still hold it. We'll just see what happens here. It doesn't make any sense really to hold this, but we're going to. Let's see where this reopens back up. But here's the halt.
You know what? It just halted the downside. And watch out because BlackBerry, same thing too. So like, this one looks like it's going to do the same thing, guys. I'm gonna get out of my BlackBerry and maybe even take a little bit of a short trade into BlackBerry because if it's gonna go the same thing that just happened in GameStop, make a move in BlackBerry, I might short this one into the high of the day.
Yeah, here goes BlackBerry. We're still long, but yeah, BlackBerry, let's just get out here and watch it. Good trades happening everywhere for us. AMC, we're out of a little bit now.
Bed Bath & Beyond's coming back down as well. I mean, my stop didn't even fill on Bed Bath & Beyond. I couldn't even get out of it with my stop order.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, this is how crazy it's been. We are let's just get out of some of these trades as we go here. We got out of some AMC. It looks like the juice coming out of a lot of these. GameStop was hella fun, guys. You know, our day is huge. But yeah, that 160, what a turn on GameStop. Brendo.
Yeah, it looks like this Churchill Capital headline is for real, guys. Halted as well for CCIV, just went from 26.5 to 22.5. Halted downside now for this Churchill Capital.
Yeah, CCIV, I know there's a lot of you guys looking at that as well. As I look at the calls, up 400% my AMC calls. So we'll get out of those at some point when we're done. And then, like I said, shh. On this play, guys, we've given you guys Rocket Mortgage a hell of a long time ago. I almost talked about it with Mark today, but didn't. Bang to the upside. Rocket Mortgage at 15%. Could be one of the next plays here for squeeze. Beyond Meat, we're still long that one at IPO prices, but we did shave some off there on that Taco Bell news the other day, which was like 130, 140. So this stock also up 15, 16%. And Brendan, you brought this one to us like down here. Like, 150 and change. So now you're up to 162. So again, guys, a big shout out for Brendan, who's given us like so many names today. It's just I've been obsessed.
So much to cover.
Yeah, I've just been obsessed with all the winners that we've had here, including having some fun here with some of these parabolic names.
Yeah, and just to show you the pullbacks, this was simultaneous. The second GameStop turn, this is what I'm literally holding this Bed Bath & Beyond and just no shot. I got very lucky, I think, even to get out where I did. Back at, it's like 44.40 or so I got the out. And this pulled all the way back into 43. It has to retest 42. I mean, it could be due for a bit of a bounce. Like I said, I immediately shorted BlackBerry because I'm like, if this falls as well, we could be at 19 in a heartbeat. So I got 99, 90, I got 20 even to the short side. How about 19.99.9 is literally my price. Thank you for the dark pool fill that I obviously got. Brendo is here for some money talks, but some money to the short side for the first time for me today on one of these names here.
Hey guys, yeah, currency time. We're going to focus on cryptocurrencies. I left the little cursor here on the chart right at the last pullback on the initial move to the upside, because this is turning into a significant level for Ethereum. It was around a 1004 down to about 1002. So we've come back in multiple times to test that. That last pullback on Ethereum was 1021 was the bottom there, all the way back to 1450 today for Ethereum. So yeah, leading the way by far, almost 15%, 1428 to be exact there for Ethereum today. Bitcoin also positive 3%. You can see back to 34,000 for Bitcoin. Ripple also trying to bounce once again. It's been stuck in that kind of 25-cent to 28-cent range for a couple of weeks, but everything else pretty muted so far. The euro, the Canadian dollar, both downside today. British pound as well in negative territory. These two popping back up, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, as volatility in the overall market, if you hadn't noticed, has returned. Australia and New Zealand kind of doing nothing, basically flat on the day. Turkish lira there as well, also flat. But big move today, guys, for Ethereum, not Bitcoin. Back to you.
Is there some volatility in the market today? No. Yeah, we didn't notice that. Thank you for that, Brendan. But yeah, volatility for sure. There's Beyond Meat. Just check back on GameStop. I guess obviously it finally got, I mean, I guess it's no pending news or anything like that. Just volatility held out. Imagine there, Neil, on GameStop finally.
It's horrible, and I should always check this just out of a sheer habit. Yeah, and you're going to see right here, volatility held. That's the M code on that page. Always check it out. I mean, the assumption is pretty safe. It's not the only stock that went. Remember, we talked about GoGo. Look, I bungled this one to the long side. I tried to mention it a couple times. This one could go as a halt, as a squeeze as well today. This is what happened at the same moment that we got that turn back in GameStop, BlackBerry, Bed Bath & Beyond. All of these went at the same time. I didn't get the short in Bed Bath & Beyond. I have scalped a little bit of BlackBerry. It's actually consolidating. Interestingly enough, I mean, a bit of a consolidation around this 20 range. I got some orders just in case it does a crazy flush again. The last pullback it had was to this 1940 before making the run to the high of the day. So that's a breakout range I went long off of. I want to hold something in case 1940 breaks to the downside. Can't let this go past that high of the day. That could have goes without saying. At this point, if it even tests the high of the day, it almost seems crazy to hold it $1 against me. So I'll probably look at something in the 2040 to 2050 range for an area out. And I guess it's going to be a 10-minute halt on GameStop is what it looks like here, because it's been 5 and we are not back open. So I can surmise by process of elimination that in about 4 minutes, GameStop will resume trading. One more to get to. And look, this is going to happen on a day like today. At one point, you heard me say, usually I'd have a bunch of shorts on. One of those would likely have been AUPH, but let's be honest here. You had to focus in the right spots. And there's nothing wrong with this trade once it broke that 20. We talked about it. I got the 20 break. There's the reopen on GameStop, right back to the upside. 125? No, sorry, 125 was a high there.
Oh, yeah, 125, yeah, to the downside. So there it is, my stop order does hit. So unfortunately, we do get out of that GameStop there on that. We could go long again on a 132 break, but there's that 125 hit, so we give up a hell of a lot of money there, but we get out. Now we don't have to worry about it. Back to 120. Watch out for this 132 break on GameStop if it goes again.
Yeah, I mean, it's 132 and half is the high at that move there, and 132 half, of course, the whole price as well. Just got some more BlackBerry out on that flush. So when this opened lower, it hit one of my targets on BlackBerry. If this holds that 132, I'm going a little bit of a short in front of it.
Yeah, went to 155 there, now out 125. I just want to say shout out to my wife who just asked me, are you still long GameStop? So, I mean, you're the best. Like, the fact that she takes an interest in all of this is amazing. 132 upside there. We just tried to go long on GameStop, and I guess that chart didn't go out. Oh, no, we're waiting for 133 was the break there on GameStop that we were waiting for. Looks like it's going to come right now. So now we're back long GameStop, guys. Let's see how high this one goes now.
Yeah, I just quickly went in and out through that price. I actually want to see it. I mean, 140 seems like a bit of a level to me. Post halt, I want to try to hold off on getting a bit of a long just yet, but here comes that 140 as we speak.
Yeah, 144.
Whoa, what was that?
Yeah, let's just go, man. We're back long again, and we're just destroying this stock, guys, back and forth. Let's just get out here if we can. 138.87, we're sitting right there. Is this going to be where it halts again? It looks like it is going to halt, so, oh no, it doesn't. Yeah, right back to 133. We are long. We just took some out there. Beautiful trade out. Look where we just got out, guys. 138 off of a 133 break, so cashed in another 5 cents or $5, sorry, on this GameStop. Now we're holding very, very small. I thought I got out of everything, but we didn't. Very, very small piece left on that 133 break, but let's just keep going to the high side. Man, we're crushing this thing today, Neil.
And BlackBerry had a monster order there. I just had of course, it's going to be a nice little keystroke. I meant to put a stop order in and punched in to GameStop. Again, it's one of those things where if you don't want to have it, and why is that order not going out? You want to take us off right away, but it's actually holding a 130 level for now. So we'll see if we can't get out around this like 135 mark. It actually feels like it's about to go again. And I am holding what would be a sympathy short side trade. And there was a monster order. That's why I said, what the heck? There was a monster order that showed up on BlackBerry in my favor. It's now gone, of course. So again, like I'll just get out essentially flat on that GameStop. If it continues to push through the high, it's a break of this range that I wanted. But there is a 130 level holding. I'm not going to take anything to the short side until it tests that 135. But BlackBerry, and I only saw it for a split second, but someone did show up at the 20 area with a monster order, but we're actually looking like we want to test it again. If that's fake, I might just get out of it, because if GameStop is showing strength, this might reverse as well on BlackBerry. And this one has yet to really take off through the high of the day. You don't want to get caught. This one gets its first win, because this hasn't taken the high yet. So there's still plenty of room for a squeeze here. I have half of my position out on that BlackBerry 20 short, but I'm going to tighten the stop for a second time here just out of pure caution, guys.
I want to give a big shout out to Christopher Chow here. What's up, my friend? Thank you again for that smooth 50. Look, you guys mean everything to us. I think we have record likes today. I mean, I can review my trades if you want, but you guys have seen them all. They've hit hard today, and they've hit amazing. We've been trading some ABML, some AMC, some AMD, BlackBerry, GameStop, and Palantir today. So our only Palantir buys down here, man, 34.80, 34.75. We've been rocking and rolling. It's been a monster day. GameStop, we still have 133s, but it's the lightest position we've had all day, and I'm giving it back to 125 where we opened back up again. We took that long one more time. We'll see if it squeezes to 160. Probably doesn't happen. We're going to be out of this one on a 125 break. So here it comes. There we go. We're out of it. So that's going to conclude our GameStop for now. Super happy with the way this one played out, and I'm sure you guys are as well, as long as you're not caught long somewhere up here, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I just tried the 130 break, couldn't get it. Thankfully speaking, like I said, had a sympathy short, which it's weird to say because they're not necessarily related companies. Sympathy short and BlackBerry, that just hits 19.50, so 50-cent winner there. I just got Bed Bath & Beyond when that came back to 42. So I picked that one up to the short side. 142 break. That was broke. That was another key level. GameStop looks like it's halting to the downside. That's why I want to hang on to both these. BlackBerry short 2016. It was an average price of 20 even. That was just my last entry point. And I'm going to add to my Bed Bath & Beyond position to the short side at this 42 level as well. The leader of this band is GameStop, and causing both these names to also fall in sympathy. Here comes 19 even on BlackBerry as we go to Brendan for Money Talks. Bye-bye.
It is 11 o'clock, guys. Yeah, you get me this week for your European updates. Unfortunately, Valeria is on vacation, so you got to suffer through with me. Yeah, it's a little bit of cautious trading over in Europe so far today. You can see a lot of these in negative territory. Germany, 1 full percent to the downside. France as well, 1 full percent. Even Spain, the IBEX in Madrid, 1.2% to the downside. So a lot of cautious around continued fears of these COVID cases spiking throughout Europe as a whole. 0.6% for the UK. If you are trading over in London, some other markets you can see in negative territory as well. The Swiss market we saw in the pre-market still showing some relative strength, up about 0.5%. One individual name making moves so far, Rolls-Royce. They came out with a current quarter update, I guess, for their current quarter. That wasn't great. You can see 4.5% to the downside, 104. This is pence trading over in London. So 104 down to 96, looking like it might want to roll over heading towards the close. There is 30 minutes left in the session over in Europe. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you very much, Brendan. There's a consolidation happening, and the reason I want to take BlackBerry off here, hard bounce off of like 1850, which I should have had. I'll just take the dollar win on the last of my shares. While GameStop is halted, it just makes sense to trim a little bit here. And BlackBerry had shown some strength in the fact that it still has to take that pre-market high, and of course maybe, and I say this maybe with a bit of grain of salt, maybe a little bit of a better fundamental play. Whereas that 42 short on Bed Bath & Beyond, I liked it a little better for a hold. I have yet to, and I'll cancel my order here to get more of it. I did try a couple of times to hit 42. If we can break back this through this 40 level, I like the chance to get to a 38. I just want to be watching one of these stocks on the reopen of GameStop. I don't want to be short BlackBerry and Bed Bath & Beyond when we're assessing the GameStop reopen. If it does absolutely flush, I'm looking for that 38 retracement here. Short 42s, I only got the one entry. I have not taken profit yet. If GameStop opens to the upside, I'm very likely to just take this off wherever it happens to be in Bed Bath & Beyond. These things are moving a little bit in concert today, as you might guess. These are all squeeze plays. Speaking of the leader of the band, that is going to be, of course, GameStop. Oh, I should cancel that order. Why is that still there? Two halts to the downside. This one was obvious. And the only reason I say it was obvious, I missed it trying to get actual shares. But on level 2, I mean, the turn, the lack of the bid flush and the offer load up there and the immediate gap open. I mean, just any price you could have hit in that moment. I was trying to say the halt's going to be to the downside. The first one would have been right. Here comes 116. You can see this was actually a consolidation level at this point. There is very, very likely to be support around this 90 area, 90 to 98 area where this all started off. If it gets below like this 120 on the reopen, I might not be looking at any kind of short. If we ever retest this 140, you're probably looking at obvious punch long. But I want to be watching both these names. I think it was probably a good call to have gotten out of BlackBerry, just bounce back up to 1950. Yeah, this actually might make some sense if it comes back up to like a 1975 or 20 even, and I can catch a short before we're back open on GameStop. We're 4 minutes into the halt. If it's a 5-minute halt, obviously it's going to open quickly. If it's a 10-minute halt, there might be a trade that I can fade in BlackBerry and feel comfortable about before GameStop has opened back up. Otherwise, it's only going to be the one that I want. This AUPH. It's weird because this is on a normal day. This might actually be my top stock in some ways. Today, it probably should be GameStop. It ends up being Bed Bath & Beyond because I was able to sort of get better trades, both long and short on this move. Either way, they're both pretty solid. This AUPH is puking like I kind of felt like it would in a nice and orderly fashion, at least for now. Wow, there's so many more of these to get to, and we have not really covered a heck of a lot of something that isn't a short squeeze. Beyond Meat is not a short squeeze at all. I know this chart looks like it might be, but it's nothing fundamentally like what we have here in GameStop or in Bed Bath & Beyond. This is just, I mean, maybe a little bit. There is probably short interest as well. But it also turned around off the top there. Watch out for this 160 level. This was a previous resistance point. There's GameStop opening to the downside. So it looks like it's testing the bottom. If I can get back into BlackBerry, I'm going to go into right here, guys.
Okay, yeah, we're back. We got some, we'll do the fruit salad thing in a minute, but we do got some fruit salad here. We went and refreshed, well, not refreshed, we got it for the first time. And then I also realized that Hydration Nation hasn't been in the building today. So we will stay hydrated right now. We're at our highest spot of the day, which is good because we're flat right now. So we don't have any trades on right now. And that's probably a good thing as some of these stocks are starting to fade out now pretty badly. What the hell just happened? Brendan, find out about Palantir, please, unless this is just a drop because we definitely want to go long here on Palantir. Let's just see. Oh, no, here it goes, breaking back downside. We got to monitor this, but we just went long Palantir, guys. Big drop there. We're long now. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's a monster. And here comes a further downside. Is it really going to go further? I couldn't even get a 110 break. Okay, forget about it. Like, you can't get these breakdowns. I just tried again to short a bottom break on GameStop, and no shot whatsoever. It's about to halt to the downside again at 104. Unbelievable. I actually just got taken out of Bed Bath & Beyond, so I find myself flat on that short as well. It's getting absolutely crazy around here, and yep. There's the halt on GameStop. Going the other way here, guys, and to go back to a name which actually we were trading a bit earlier to recover, EXPR just turned off this 4 to 420 level, and it is heading southbound as well. Very, very different story, of course. This was sort of a more traditional gap and retracement play. Brendan brought you the sort of comical story about former Goldman analyst that didn't really work for Goldman, pumping this one to the upside. Now it's starting to come back in. I want this one to the short side. I don't care too much about what happens in our GameStop and our Blackberries while this is happening. This is a much more structured short that I feel more comfortable with below VWAP here.
Yeah, the money's coming. Okay, GameStar, Palantir just went back to the high side there. I was going to say money's coming out of Palantir, but shoot. Looks like we dropped that off a little too early there. Why isn't my chart working here? Let's refresh. 31, 32. We did drop that at 33. That's why I say it. Now it's coming back down. We take a 32 long. Yeah, this is like Black Monday all over again here. The stock's just tanking right here. Any news on anything? The market is absolutely tanking here, and I don't see
this is like a flash crash on
in this market
Palantir,
right now.
Right? Like this is, I mean, this.
What is happening right now, guys? This market
is dying.
You're seeing this live right now on TV. The market is just dying of an evil, slow death right now, and we're trying to pick bottoms. Not a good sign. The market falling off right here, guys.
Where's my Apple chart? Apple here. Apple just went to 138, 139. Like, are you kidding me? I got to find a level here on Apple. This is too crazy. Brendan?
What's up, Beep?
Guys, not seeing anything new as far as Palantir. Going to keep watching on the actual futures. This is a significant move in the actual futures. Keep in mind, all three of the markets were at all-time highs, so that typically can trigger some sell programs. But going to keep reading, but nothing new as of yet, guys.
Okay, we're gonna have to dump some of this as a break. I mean, there we go. We had to dump this. We had to dump this as it breaks through $30. I do want to go more long here on Palantir at some point. We'll hold a little bit and just to see, but yeah, this is Chinese Xi warning of something. I don't know. Someone just said something here on our chat. I don't know. What's with AMC? What's with Tesla? What's with everything right now? Everything coming crashing hard down to the ground. B.
Yeah, he was making as far as Xi is concerned, I can show you it right here. He was making a speech at Davos. Davos is virtual this year, so they're talking about the possibility of a new Cold War. But I mean, there's a lot of algos out there in the market that just scrape for individual words, right? So got to understand the context before we really get into it, guys. I'll keep reading this as well.
Yeah, this is absolutely nuts. I mean, the only thing I feel and it's weird because what I feel comfortable going to is this EXPR because the story was nonsense. So if it participates in the sell-off, why not? I've basically shorted the entire time while the market is making a move. Now, keep in mind, the NASDAQ is down less than 1%. And the ES is down less than 1%. But it's the nature of the pullback. It's the way that it happened, Sean, that's catching my attention. So if I can short something like this, like an EXPR, which is up 80%, which the story was garbage, that's the lane I'll go to. I just took some out in front of 320. Remember, in this particular stock, 3 even was the bottom. I've shorted this range more than once, so it was in the range that I successfully shorted it multiple times. That's what I talk about with a level of comfort. Find something you like. I went over to Apple to see if I could pick a bottom. Looked at him, was like, I don't even know if I feel comfortable not knowing what's going on here, taking the long in Apple. And that says something, because usually that's the best place to pick a bottom.
Well, I mean, especially if it's Chinese rhetoric, Apple's going to be a complete disaster. So we're going to wait on that one. I'm just going to give this. So we were able to get some money back there on Palantir as we bought that last dip, but now it's dipping again. So we were able to cash some out high side there, 31.30, 31.20s off of these 31.05s or so, which is not great because we sat in there. We took a little bit, then we got crushed on that one. Now we're back long here, Palantir. Let's see if it goes to the high side, make our money back on this drop. But wow, what a big drop that was, Brendan.
Given the possibility it is surrounding China, it is Chinese rhetoric, guys. You go to a Chinese symbol, have a look at XPEV. Remember, we were up 6.5%. This thing's now down 7.25%. So huge reversal on some of the Chinese names, guys.
Yeah.
NIO's down 8%. I mean, this is the chart of NIO right now. You start to think about, like, where is this going to be in terms of a bottom? At least, I mean, if there is a bottom to be picked on NEO from a technical standpoint, I mean, right here at like 58.50, like that, and I wish I turned to this chart like 10, 15 seconds earlier to have seen maybe shot at that 58.50, because that was probably worth a scalp of a buck. But why stand in front of the train if you don't have to?
Right.
I'm going to continue to work out of the one short that is working. I can't believe it's the only thing I have on in this move, and it's this stupid EXPR. No, I shouldn't say that. It's just this EXPR.
You should say that. You should say that.
It's because the opportunity is not nearly as good as it would be on a NEO if you catch a move like that. So it is what it is. It's what I happen to have. But GameStop now below 100. That 90 is coming back into play. I mean, if we get below, are we going to get below that pre-market low that I tried? Unbelievable.
I don't know. We're trying to we're trying to watch Palantir here as we make a nice little win. We're making that back on what we lost there. So Palantir right back to the high side now. Good trade on that. So we make back what we lost a little bit on that one. That name just fell. Opportunity to buy Palantir on the dirt cheap right now, and we're long 31.14. So a nice little 80-cent winner on the cash cow. That is Palantir. That's continuing with Brendan, man. Wow, we just saw that live.
If you are trading BlackBerry, guys, a heads up, it's actually halted in Toronto right now. The Canadian regulator is requesting additional information from BlackBerry on this activity recently of date. They've already come out and said they're not aware of any fundamental change in their business or any insider information that's been disclosed, but still halted in Canada, guys, BlackBerry.
Yeah, of course, and I'm going to add that to my board. Just in the future, there is all kinds of reason to have both of them up for you guys, so you can see moves like that as they happen. I can show you that it just bounced off the pre-market low here in BlackBerry, so it looks like there is a bit of a run. Whoa, GameStop just went another 10 to the downside. It is going to take that low.
Yeah, we just got into GameStop there on that low. Bang! What a destruction there on that low. Shorting 95s there. We take that out. Now we've got GameStop $4 in the money. We already rinsed that out at 90. Now we're going to the downside. Do we have GameStop short? Hell yeah, we do. Is it going to halt again? Maybe it is. Watch out for GameStop on the downside. $5 winner on GameStop right there on the downside, guys. Plus a $1.50 winner now. Look, we be patient. We wait. We make our whole damn day back right there. Belly dancing on this run back to the high side. See ya, GameStop. Hello, Palantir. We back, baby. What a move that was, Brendo. That's why we asked for you to give us some information. Chinese rhetoric. Let's see where it goes for now. But Palantir, big time flush to the downside, and we hammered that long.
Crazy move. There's another halt. So 85. Yeah, we actually haven't broken the GameStop low. That could still happen, guys. It's 4 successive downside halts now. Obviously, this is going to be a crazy last 20 minutes. It's going to be a crazy when we're doing our Q&A, but believe me, we actually have one coming up through these crazy times. I understand a lot of people are probably going to want to talk about GameStop and what's been going on with these short squeezes. Certainly, anybody that's a member, you're welcome to join. We'll get to as many questions as we can. It is for you guys. Arun will be joining us because I'm sure some of you will want to talk about the move that just happened in the overall market as well, which is bouncing back to the upside here. There's going to be a fade to be had, especially in that BlackBerry when Toronto opens back up.
And guys, that's how you do it. You take these bottoms, bang, 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 right to the upside. We waited for some support down here. We thought we found it right here. Obviously, there's these wicks going crazy. We find the support. Look where we're long. $2.50 now in the money on Palantir. $6 in the money on GameStop off that 95 break. Out at 90. Now we wait to see on GameStop. Big time movement out of the long side. So, yeah, I mean, we made money there. That was a good little move to the downside. And I was saying, buy. I mean, how many buys? Buy. All this Palantir love. Now we go right back to the high side, $34, $35. Amazing opportunity there. You had an amazing opportunity in Apple. These things don't happen. You guys should be hopefully having monster days today. These doesn't happen too often. Here we go to the upside, $3.50 now on Palantir. I'm just going to cash out. If we get 34, 35, that's a fantastic trade for me. $3 on Palantir. That's a 10% win right there in 1 second on this stock. And by 1 second, I mean 3 minutes. 10% return on Palantir. Good buying the bottoms on that one.
And speaking of bottoms, Alibaba also. So you look at any chart, but go to a Chinese name as well. Alibaba gave you 58s just now, and then a top at 60. That had every sort of look of a flash crash, which is what I was sort of telling you guys there. And if you don't know what that means, essentially it's just a liquidity vacuum on the bid more than anything else. So anybody that's selling, you get like a panic action to the downside. So multiple names had a mini flash crash there off of, I guess, that headline. Brendan, what's up, buddy?
My chart has frozen, guys. Sorry about that. But if you're looking for weakness right now, some of the banks really pushing to the downside. This is not updating because it's frozen, but both Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan just popping up on a volume alert to the downside on the sell side, guys.
Wow, I was just saying to these guys that basically you go from losing all that money to making it right back. And yeah, what a dramatic day this has been here for all of us trading, and hopefully for you guys as well. $3 and change now into the money. And thank you so much for all the memberships and all the super chats coming through. We give a big shout out to Mr. Bakudescu there. Thank you so much for that new Cold War warning. I think that's who we saw. So thank you, and thank you to Brendan as well. Oh my God, Palantir made your month. Congratulations. On that one. And then SPY back up, invest. Yeah, you're damn right. Just buy those dips, guys. Palantir, like, oh man, why don't I just hold some of that? We would be doing, like I keep saying, backflips, but big move on Palantir, and yeah, we got it. Big time got it. And then we got GameStop to the short side. Man, that was a good trade for us as well. What a day, guys. And we're almost done. And then we got back to you with our Q&A. I'm just exhausted and excited here, guys.
Yeah, I hear the clap in the back because I mean, there's crazy things happening here. I said there'd be a possible fade trade. I just want to get some of this BlackBerry in and around this consolidation area in front of VWAP. If it bounces to the upside, fair enough. It's already been too crazy of a day not to take advantage of some of this and roll the profits on some of the trades that we like. Brendan, what is up, bud?
Yeah, another one, guys, to have a look at here. Ehang, remember this one from last week? This is a Chinese company that's had quite the extension from 25 to 100 last week. Really not showing a lot of weakness here. We did come off a little bit, but this is still up, 14%, even with some of the other ones making big moves to the downside. So trying to retake 88.25 there, that pre-market resistance for EH.
Someone just said NNDM halted. I mean, like, I want to show you the halt page if I can in a quick second here. But yeah, the trade halt page is absolutely crazy. NNDM just halted. Virgin Galactic, I haven't even looked at it at any point today. That just halted just now. Like, are you kidding me? So there's volatility halts going all over the place.
Halts?
I'm only interested in Virgin Galactic. Oh my goodness, why didn't I come to this one? We loved 3250, and so this is a bit of a teaching point we can say here. If you ever see something described as a flash crash, and you heard me kind of say that, and I should have had a little more conviction that's what I was looking at, you go to something that you have the most confidence in a support level on, and then you buy it in front of it, right? So I don't know. I went to Apple and didn't feel comfortable based on that headline, the rumor or whatever it was. But Virgin Galactic should have made a ton of sense to me at 3250. That's a level I already liked anyways. And there it is, halted on the bounce to the upside. Volatility halt, so you'd be in the money a couple bucks here. So again, we can all learn from this. I should have treated it better. We've seen a couple of mini flash crashes, including the big one, Sean, live while they've happened. Take advantage of your experience there. If you ever see something like that, you've got to know where you want to place those bids and find that first level too. And if it makes sense, just jump in.
Yeah, and I mean, thanks for bringing that up, Neil, because that's exactly what we did, guys. And this is where the experience pays off, right? You saw it crashing. I went over to the stock that I thought was probably going to be oversold. Look at this. Wow. They're building up this offer here on Palantir, but beautifully destroyed their backside. And that's where you got to sort of have, I don't want to say the balls, but you got to have the balls to pull the trigger on that one. Not like Matt LaFleur yesterday, but you got to,
don't even talk to me about that call.
You got to step inside. Yeah, I know. You got to step inside and take some trades. You put them on the table, and if they get smashed, they get smashed. But there it is. Beautiful little upside move here on PLTR, guys. And yeah, we did have that one, so congratulations on that one. GameStop reopens 100 again, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to literally just play in front of 100 even at 99.85. I just scalped some out. I don't even know where I got out there. But if a top breaks in there again, it's like you can't even get that break. These stop orders are essentially no good. Brendan, what's up?
Guys, just one thing on Space. Remember, this is another name that is relatively high on the short percent. So heads up on Space. It is 18.7% on the short side. So heads up there.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that live. I got half out on GameStop and could not, my stop order, just no chance to fill.
Yeah.
I want space to the long side off of this bounce. I mean, 35 looks like an obvious break, so I'll probably let it open, and if I can catch it off the bottom, fine, and if I can get a 35 break, that's going to be it. This was up at $39 when this all started. The pre-market had support at 35 even. It's a story that I've liked anyway, so I'm going to look for a 35 on the reopen, so we'll add the level 2 up just to make sure we can cash this one. And there goes GameStop again. So now 10, thank goodness I got out of there. 109, 110 it looks like. It's trying to march back to the upside, but my eyes are going to be on Virgin Galactic, which might be a bit of a value here. And you are, as you said, Brennan, a bit of a squeeze as well.
Yeah, so Palantir still making some moves to the upside as well, and we're waiting to crash on that party. We took a little what was that, 110 or so. I think GameStop's going to be done, guys, back and forth and around here. We take that out there, put a 110 order, take that. Now we'll wait. What's that bottom, 105 and change? I don't know, man. What GameStop? Yeah, 104.50. If that breaks, let's get out. But for now, we're long again on GameStop here. 110.40. Let's see if it continues to the high side, GameStop.
Yeah, and like I said, I want to take a shot here in, excuse me, like, oh, a little frog in the throat there, on Virgin Galactic space. On the open, I end up getting, what's my price here? 31s. That's not even that great a price. I'll see if I can improve it here. I want to give this to the actual halt price, that 34. It's about 34.70 where it halted, so it does make a bit of sense to try to pick some up in front of 35 even. I want to be holding through a 35 break because I like the halt prices and out a heck of a lot more. If it dips even further than that, I think there's always an opportunity to get back in at some point if it retests the bottom. But either way, I've got this, and this is like the reverse of what I'd be doing if it was a parabolic move up. I'd be shorting a consolidation like this. So just think of the reverse of what you've probably seen me do on the show, many times here. If we can get back even to like, look, they were buying dips at 36.50 here, and you have a chance to go long in front of this 34.70 halt price and 35 even. I'm going to take that shot and see if we can't work it back to that 36.50 area.
Wow, I mean, why
are you getting these prices? This is
easy ride. Yeah, how fun has this been, guys? Look at Palantir, still pick that up on the bottom side. Neil talked all about trading your strengths and going over and finding something that you're comfortable with. I mean, I keep calling Palantir my baby, so if I'm not going to trade that, then what's up? So good trade there. We picked that dip there on Palantir. That worked out for us. We dip again by, and now you're seeing us rewarded with $3 in the money now on PLTR. We could check on Neo. I mean, that could be another name. Yeah, 59. Wow, Brendan. I mean, Brendan gave us, look, you could have bought anything. That XPEV dip there, 52 up to 55. Like, wow, Brendan talked about this right when it was down here, so that would have been a good recall back to the upside. I mean, everything here, if you bought at one point, you'd be laughing right now, including, I should have done, I know you went to Apple and didn't hit the keys, but
it's one of those, look, it's going to happen, and it was like literally just that one word of China in the headline, and that was enough to make me not pull the trigger in Apple, but the instinct was right to go to the Apple name, but sometimes you get really, really lucky, and I say if you miss an opportunity, sometimes the market gives you another one. And it doesn't always happen to you. It did happen because of the halt in Virgin Galactic. It just so happened to bounce back here, give you that 34.70 halt right in front of a pre-market level at 35. Of course, my 15-minute is frozen. I didn't even notice all this time here, but I can sort of show you the move that it's been putting in since like a 32.50 breakout. This previous high here is right at that 36 mark, which is what I'm sort of working out half of this long into. And then that's why there's a chop zone both on the way up and on the way down at that previous high. If I can hold on to some of it through a break, that's what I'll try to do for the afternoon. But my stop is going to be at that halt level. I've already taken some off in the 75 to 80 range. So we already got that like 40 to 50 cent scalp trade for almost half the position. I got a couple of orders to get out, so that I'll hold probably about a third, I think, of this Virgin Galactic position to see if we can't go back to some highs. The market, we're back like 30 handles on the ES, so from 1% to 0.5%. The NASDAQ, on the other hand, Sean, about to go green. Back to green, I should say. So
yeah,
a full 1% retracement on the NASDAQ there.
Yes. And more yeses as... let's check on Microsoft here. The only position I have left is Palantir, guys. You see what's happening on that one. Microsoft doesn't really... I mean, that dip... was epic, obviously, but Microsoft doesn't really come back. So a little bit concerned about Softy, rallying. I don't want to short it, but I think if I could find one, I might. Let's just check out Facebook. Like you see that bounce back to 74.75. That should be a good little level there. Yeah, maybe 275 long on Facebook. Let's do a little more work. This is only a 1 minute chart. What time is it? Ooh, we're getting close to the end of the show here, guys. It's on days like this where we don't want to end the show because of what's been happening and how great it's been today. But 276, this is Facebook. This is a good little breaking spot on a 3 minute chart. I like everything that's happening right here. This would have been a good one. 275.45 on FB. But we are breaking, what is that level on a longer time? 275. So I like a 275 break on Facebook. Let's test it for a bit of a long here as Palantir now going up $3 in the money. Looks like the NASDAQ doesn't give a two whatever about,
you know what?
About President Xi there. Obviously they do, but it is battling back. Maybe that 275 is not a great spot. Maybe that's a great short. Let's take off some Palantir, guys. $3 in the money, the cash cow that is Palantir keeps on coming. Great spot to pick up options down there. Holy crap.
And if you were going to be selling, I mean, taking profits is obviously some people who are deep in the money on the GameStop and Bed Bath & Beyond or whatever, any of these names, BlackBerry, you know, throw it out there. Where's that money going to go? Where are you going to put it? If you see a dip in Apple when you just made a ton of coin on a GameStop or like a Microsoft or something, some of these tech names which have been the high flyers, you got the earnings all coming this week on these names, buy in front of earnings on that dip. Wow, that was another reason to maybe have it. The only reason is because I know a lot of people are going to be watching GameStop. Some actual relative calm here. In between what was the pre-market high, that 105 break, which was like for me, like the third and last long position I had. I took it off way too early, obviously, but again, I didn't know where it was going to go. Between that and I suppose that little, on the way up, the ramp to the upside, that 115 where it stalled out, that's the range that we're sitting in. I think a break of that range is going to be an actionable trade at some point later on today, maybe in the afternoon, maybe in 5 minutes, the way that GameStop has been going. But either way, I don't think the story is going to be done with this particular name. No, don't think. I know the story is not done in GameStop. Certainly, there's going to be some more moves to be had, especially once we get out of this range. It cannot hold it forever. I'm looking at it right now. It's about to break 100 to the downside. I'll probably just take that as well, a bit of a breakdown short trade. You've been able to get shares, I think, easier to the short side on the breaks than you have to the long.
Yeah. True for that. But yeah, no, GameStop's been a good one. I'm going to wait. We've already made the money on that one, so we're just going to wait a little bit here on GameStop and just see where that goes from here, because like Neil just mentioned there, we are not sure on anything for right now as the market is turning a little southbound once again here. So there could be something more coming. And again, you know, ears to the ground on some of this rhetoric from China as Brendan has it again.
Yeah, heads up on a little bit of follow through possibly on that move to the downside. You get to move that violent one direction. Typically comes with a little bit of follow through. Let's have a look, guys, at earnings. As we mentioned, yeah, we're into the thick of it as far as earnings for this week. This is mostly, I'll precede, mostly before the market opens tomorrow. There isn't much after market tonight, guys.
Yeah, so 101.50 like instantly gives you like a $2 win there. I'm going to hang on to the rest of it just for this. It's the last halt to the downside was 88. And the pre-market low here is 85 on GameStop. And the 85 was also this bottom. If you look on that little reopen. So somewhere in 85 to 88 is going to be a bit of a target range for me. I'm not, and again, this is not one of those where, sure, I could hold it and think, oh, to go back to 50. I just don't know. So I might as well have a target area in there for me at least. It's the way that I like to play these. It's actually looking like it's going to halt to the downside. I'll hold through the halt and then look to see if this can get to 88. And then maybe we get like a $10 winner to the downside. We'll see what happens. Like I said, GameStop not done. I didn't think maybe this breakdown would happen until later on in the afternoon, maybe while we're doing our live stream or our Q&A. It happened right here. We're short, and now we're going back to Brendan.
Another Halt Fest today, CCIV. I know a lot of people are interested in this story, guys. I just tweeted out the actual article where this came from and what kind of kicked this off today. Remember, we had that huge fall, 27 down to 19. It's been halted multiple times here. The last one to the upside. If you dig into that actual article, it doesn't actually say that it's been kiboshed, it's not happening. It just says there's a delay in the actual discussion. So possibility is still there that this could still get done. It's just a matter of when for CCIV. But if you want to read that article, I just tweeted it, guys.
Okay, good. Yeah, check out all of our Twitters, all coming through to you guys there. All right, so the next one, Palantir. Again, some of these stocks starting to fall once again. We're out of Palantir. We're holding 10% left, so it's very, very small. You can see there's probably about 9 outs here if you can see them. Palantir, 35 executions today. So watch out here as it looks like it's starting to come back down. We'll see if we can, I'll buy 30s if it comes again, but we're going to wait to that one. It's almost time up. If you can throw that earnings board on again, I can quickly go over them, but we've talked about Johnson & Johnson and why I do like them to come through. Do you have the earnings board or no? Okay, good. It's coming. So Johnson & Johnson was on there. I just wanted to look again just to make sure. But here's J&J coming. 165. I think it can break out. We talked about looking at that one. Watch out for a big report here. This is just a 3-minute chart, but if you look at it daily, okay, 1 second, guys. We are breaking out, so I'm looking for a better than 166 print early. Let's throw it up one more time if we have it there, just because it's been a year. Thank you so much. So there's J&J. GE, we put the buy recommendation on that one about 1050. We can check out there. I like American Express. I really like,
Don't sleep on DR Horton, guys.
Right,
It's a big-time home builder, certainly with the recovery, the way that the housing market's been.
DR Horton,
stimulus as well.
At all-time highs there, DR Horton. And there's also only a 2.5-month supply of housing right now in the U.S. That's not very good. And then Verizon, also a dividend player. We'll look out for that. But yeah, needless to say, thank you. I just wanted to call that chart up there just so everybody can see, because tomorrow's going to be big and bad as we go. I like a 166 break on J&J tomorrow, so watch out for that one. BlackBerry moving around. Everything has just been a monster today. Thank you for enjoying the show. I'm pretty much all wiped out, so in a couple minutes we will be doing our Q&A, so make sure you sign up for that one if you haven't yet.
There's still time to become a member,
it's
guys.
$5. Still time to go. You'll get the link. It's a great opportunity for everybody. We do it twice a month, and then you can get sort of insights on what we're thinking. Like, unbelievable, the price of that. What's up, Brent?
Guys, there's a lot of people asking about the members Q&A link. It will be sent to you if it hasn't been already. We're going to send it in the chat right now. I know it's going really quick. I'll copy this. Just bear with me here 2 seconds. I want to make sure everybody has this so they know where to go. There, I just sent it out under the Market Wisdom account. So if you haven't got it yet, try that link. Otherwise, if you're a member, you will or should have received it, guys.
Absolutely. And with that, like we said, we are going to be going very, very quickly to that members chat. Everyone should tune in. This has been an exhausting morning, but it's also been one where you've seen a lot of things we've never seen before. I'm glad we were able to bring it to you live, show you some fantastic trades, a few missed opportunities because it was impossible not to have missed given how many big chances and winners there were today. Wowzers, literally sitting here in a halted short of GameStop's running the show. For the entire team, Miss V, I'm going to say your name anyways, even though you're off visiting family in Russia. For Pradley, stepping in very nicely. For my man, Sean Katina, wow, is all I got to say today. And good luck. Got to double down on this, because very, very important. Go with what you know in a flash crash. Palantir, that was a great call. Brendan, as always, getting us that live news when the crash happened. I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you tomorrow. Jump in that Q&A. Yeah, jump in the Q&A, guys.